Y'all got to understand how the tethers work, because the tethers, they're very frustrated in these rooms because they are trying to remix and straw man our lineage so that they can attack it, and it's not working because they don't have no charisma, nor do they have clout, and they don't have the influence to change the culture here. You couldn't change it in your homeland. You're damn sure not going to change it here, especially by lying all the damn time. So they get real frustrated when they sit up here and all that FBA is a hate group. That shit don't go nowhere. They get mad at that because that doesn't go anywhere. They get corrected. Enough of us are saying, no, it's a lineage and it will be respected as such. You understand? Nobody's going for that con game. And understand that's a con game. All that Tariq, the leader, they know, family, that's a troll talking point. That's a time-wasting talking point. That's a talking point meant to disrespect our lineage, to try to reduce it, to try to pretend it's just some little group somewhere. That's an insult. That's them trying to insult us. You understand? And be very clear, the tethers have always, and not just the tethers, with the white supremacists too, people, opponents to us, they've always tried to break us up in groups and attack us as proxies. Do y'all know that? That's an old game that a lot of people have done with us. They've always tried to break us up into little groups and attack us in proxies. See, you can't just come out and just be overly anti-black in the open no more, without consequences. So they create a proxy. They carve out a fictionalized, quote, bad sector of our lineage so they can attack that, knowing that the policy, the policing, the stigma they attach to the subsector will bleed over and impact everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's like a Trojan horse for systemic anti-blackness. So you attack the proxy to discipline the entire lineage. You see? Because I've heard Tether say, and the white supremacists say this too. The white supremacists are very good at saying this. They'll say, this generation, I don't have a problem with the blacks. It's just this generation. These young blacks, they're the worst. They're not like the old respectable civil rights black people. I like those guys, but the new generation, have y'all heard that con game? Yeah, Tether's try to use that same con game too. I've heard Tether's be like, yeah, so black people in the civil rights movement, they were respectable, but you niggas, I hate you. That whole, we like the black folks in the civil rights movement. That's a con game, ladies and gentlemen. They don't respect our ancestors who fought in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. They don't respect them. If they were there back then, they would have been sicking dogs on them and hitting them with water hoses too. Get the hell out of here. You'd be attacking them just like your folks were doing back then. Or y'all attacked our people. You never respected them. So they try to use this fake reverence for the past to try to delegitimize this current generation that's actively doing things like demanding tangibles and putting belt to ass out here. So they got all of these little dog whistle proxies. Well, yeah, I like the respectable blacks. I just don't like the thugs. Remember, they were doing that whole thug thing for a long time. They were using the thug proxy. So thug, basically, what's a thug? A thug could be any black person you want it to be. That was the trick. They got to define who the thugs were. So the minute a respectable black person steps out of line and say something you don't like, well, he's the thug. They were calling like football players, like if a football player spoke out against something or whatever, oh, he's a thug. Oh, look at that thug football. Yeah, anybody's a damn thug because, you get to dictate the straw man narrative. You see? And then the tethers, their favorite one, I like hardworking black Americans. I hate the lazy niggas. I don't like the lazy ones. There's a lazy bunch of niggas, but they use that for all of us. You dig? Lazy is used for all of it. It's not a subsector. That's what they try to use on all of us. You see? So there's no good category. That's the con game. The con game is trying to make us believe that we can secure a good category with these people by distancing ourselves from the targeted group. And I'm glad we're not falling for that con game, because they try to FBA. I like Black Americans. I don't like FBA. That's a hate group. No, you're talking about all of us. There's no subgroup. You're trying to do the whole create a subgroup to attack the subgroup when it's really for all of us. Just like yesterday when I had the Tether call up. You remember the Tether from Nigeria who's living in Romania? You let him keep talking. He was like, yeah, the FBA is a group. You're a head group. You're the leader. And you just keep letting him talk. And then you let him talk. And what did he do? Well, that's why we're going to call you Akadas. He went right to Akadas. Akada don't mean just one of us or a group of us. That's all of us. Yeah. Don't fall for that con game when they're like, well, them niggas, FBAs is stupid. Who? You know, it's just them. Now, I ain't talking about all black people now. I'm just talking about the FBAs. The FBAs is all the black people. That's who the black people are, who are not immigrants. You understand what I'm saying? So that's an old con where people try to create a fake proxy so they can act like they're just attacking a very small sector, but it's for all of us, just like the whole Black Lives Matter scam. The white supremacists were going around like, oh, Black Lives Matter. Oh, I hate Black Lives Matter. Oh, I can't stand Black Lives Matter, which was a proxy for all black people. They were calling everybody Black Lives Matter. I remember when I had to check Fox News, I was on there one time, and those dummies put on the bottom, Black Lives Matter leader Tariq Nasheed. I said, don't ever do no shit like that. I ain't no leader of no Black Lives Matter. I am not no damn Black Lives Matter leader. No. At all. Don't do that. You see? So yeah, they'll try to assign these titles on you that you've never adhered to. You know? Man. Let me see. What's up, hey cousin? Hop on in, sir. Now, hey cousin, hop on in. Now, what'd you say, hey cousin? Explain what you just said, sir. Hop on in, hey cousin. Mr. Hey cousin, hop on in, sir. And hey cousin, I would like for you to hop on in. All right. Foundational Black American is a logic term. All right. That's a logic term. All right. Somebody comes from a foundational lineage. That's a fact. All right. Somebody's bones are buried here from the beginning of this country. That is a anthropological, physical, tangible fact. Some group of people, there's somebody whose bones are all up in this land, going back to the foundation of this country. That is a fact. Who's that group? Foundational Black Americans, sir. Yeah. Foundational Black Americans. All right. You can't do anything to change that. All right. Let me see. Yeah, raise your hand, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all raise those hands. All right. Let's raise those hands. Let me see who we got. You say African bones are buried here? Where? Melitano, hop on in, sir, and tell me where these African bones are buried. All right. Melatonin, is that your name, sir? Hop on in and tell me where these African bones are. I would like to know where these African bones are, sir. I know where the foundational Black American. Who's this? Miss Girl? Hello, ma'am. Or sir, it might be a dude. This sounds like a dude. Is this a dude? Yo, is this a dude's catfish account? Yo, dude. Okay. All right. This sounds like some dude with a catfish account. All right. Let me see. The melatonin guy, I would like for you to come up and speak on it. If you say something in the chat room, it would be phenomenal if you can get up and stand on it.
Yes, sir.
You know, I know that you guys are used to fleeing and running around, but if you say something, Just kind of try to stand on it. That'd be great if you just try to stand on it. That would be great. All right, let me get some more folks in here. All right. All right, who's that? DJ Slide? Or what's
No.
up? What's up, bro? Uh-oh. Okay, he didn't mean to get on. All right, let me get some more people in here. That's why I want y'all to raise your hand, because I gotta start going in the request queue, and then a lot of people be hitting the button by mistake and they don't be trying to get on. All right, let me see. Yeah, but don't, if you say something in the chat, I mean, damn, get up and stand on it. All right. All right, user, what's up, user? Mr. User, hop on in. All right. User, you're not gonna say nothing? All right, well, let me get him out of here. All right. Now, if y'all want to get on, let's get Solar. Let's get Solar in the building. Solar. All right, Miss Solar, hop on in, please. Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
put
what's
a
up,
hand.
brother?
Hey, Solar, how are you?
What's going on, brother? First of all, man, they all some wild pussy punks.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, yo, and I would just like to say, man, Dr. Nearly Fully will be really proud of you and all the work you're continuing to do.
yeah. Respect to that, man. Shout out to Nearly Fuller. Shout out to the legendary Nearly Fuller. All right, yeah. Let me see. Y'all raise your hands. Raise your hand, family. Raise your hand. All right. You want to play? Mr. Stoke. Mr. Stroke, hop on then, sir. Mr. Stroke, hop on if you got something to say. All right. If you got something to say, hop on. Don't be in here trolling and giggling. When you start giggling, yeah, okay, the conversation is going to go somewhere else.
Tether.
All right. Hop on in. Let's get Wavy. We'll get Wavy in here. All right, let's get Wavy.
Whoa, how you feeling, boss man?
I'm good, Wavy. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I already know what you're gonna say. I'm from Baltimore, so I am from here. My
There you
people's
go.
from Baltimore, they from Virginia, and they started in South Carolina. But
Okay.
I had a question. So since I'm from Baltimore, I be hearing you go crazy on us. I be wondering like where are these people at that you be saying? Cause I don't be on TikTok that much. So I be
Yeah.
on like Instagram or like Threads or YouTube. And I don't never really see all these Baltimore people you don't really fuck with. So I be like, yo, oh, my bad for the
No, it's
cursing, but
okay. Yeah, yeah, and it's all good. Now, shout out to Baltimore. And I got a lot of love for Baltimore, but Baltimore got a lot of snitches and informants out there. Baltimore is the snitch informant capital. It's a lot of Fed ops in Baltimore. It's flooded with feds and ops. Again, that's where the Stop Snitching movement came out of Baltimore, because it got so damn bad, because those snitches, snitches be manufacturing crime and falsely accusing people of shit and setting people up. So it got so bad they had to have a Stop Snitching movement out there. And because Baltimore's proximity to Washington, D.C., they do a lot of Fed testing out there in D.C. It's just fed it up. It's a lot of feds out there. A lot of those dudes are straight up feds and snitches out there. It's bad in Baltimore. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? Okay. You mean hop on? Yeah, anybody could join at any moment. I will, don't mind engaging. I want that Liberian guy to call back in.
Yeah, man. But shout out, but there's some riders in Baltimore. You do have some, but them fed ass snitches out there make the block hot for everybody, man. There's so many of them out there. That's what The Wire was about.
Okay, so he's talking about Dr. Maya and her crew.
The whole TV show about the shit. That's what The Wire was. That's wearing a damn wire. They had a whole show about it. Damn. I'm telling you, the snitches in Baltimore, and the Baltimore snitches and informants are bad, man. Yeah. It's infested with snitches. Dude. You know? And again, Baltimore is the biggest major city outside of Washington, D.C. So there's a lot of Fed activity that happens out there for a few reasons because of its proximity with DC. You got to have a lot of informants out there to kind of you know, thwart anything that could go into DC. People could kind of go through. If you want to do something major, you would have to go through Baltimore to get to DC. It's a lot of things. DC is already a federally regulated city, so you don't need to have a bunch of informants in DC, which you do, but it's already a Fed city. You know, they'll just come right on out and be like, "Hey, we're feds and we're watching you." I remember we did the rally for reparations. Shit, there were feds. Y'all saw all them damn Secret Service people and feds all on the roofs. Yeah, we were surrounded by. They weren't even hiding. They were like, "Yeah, we watching all you. It's too many thousands of y'all out here. We watching you." They were like, "Yeah, we are watching y'all asses." They weren't even hiding it. Kenton, let me see. Let me get Kenton.
So here's the thing, family. So I need to make sure I left my mic in the car, man. I left my mic.
They were like, "Yeah, we are watching y'all asses." They weren't even hiding it. Kenton, let me see. Let me get Kenton.
So here's the thing, family. So, all right, my fault, YouTube. My microphone is horrible. TikTok can hear me well, but my microphone for YouTube is horrible. My fault. I left the microphone in the car. I thought I grabbed it, but I didn't. You dig? Let me see if this works right here. Yo. Okay, it's a little better. It's a little better. Let me just do it. Let me hear myself real fast. You hear me well, but my microphone for YouTube is horrible. My fault. I left the microphone in the car. I thought I grabbed it, but I didn't. You dig? Let me see if this works right here. Yo. Okay, it's a little better. Okay, it's a little better. Let me just do it. Let me hear myself. I had to hear myself. All right, so look. So when it comes to black, let me tell you the issue of black. So I was trying to tell the Liberian guy from yesterday that black is used three different ways. Like, listen, if you guys invite yourself up, if you click my Zoom link, you got to have some type of comprehension, man. Don't come over here. Don't come over here hopping on what they call it, sped. What the YNs call it? Don't come over here sped, man. Please take your medicine. Take your Adderall if you've been prescribed that. Take your Ritalin if these guys be hyper as crap, can't focus and sit down. Listen to my words. Black is used three different ways in this world. So a lot of foreigners and a few FBAs use black as a racial classification. Okay? Few FBAs, but a lot of foreigners. And a lot of white people use black as a racial classification. That's one way. Race as a descriptor. I'm sorry. Black as a descriptor. A lot of people use black to describe their skin. These are all foreigners. No white people, no FBAs. We don't use black to describe our skin. This is something that foreigners use black as. So black foreigners, they use black to classify the race they're in, made up by racist people, white people. Foreigners like to use black as a racial descriptor to tell you how dark their skin is. Listen, black Americans, native black Americans, foundation black Americans, we don't use black hardly ever to describe how our skin looks. Okay? So what I'm saying is that uh, an FBA could say he's black and a Haitian could say they're black, and we're both using black differently. Okay? When foundation black Americans, when we use black, we're normally talking about our lineage on average. When we say black history, when we say black dollar, black buy black, we're normally and typically talking about people who are of our lineage. That's how we normally use black. But foreigners, they use black typically as either part of a racial classification or the skin color. We're both using black. We're both saying my people, black people, buy black, but we got different people in mind. Okay, so when foreigners call in, and I say, "Are you black?" and they say yes, I'd be like, "Okay, can explain that." And they have a hard time explaining how they're black. All of them do. But if I ask an FBA, what are they? They're gonna say black, and they're gonna easily explain how and why they are black. So foreigners really have a hard time justifying why they call themselves black in 2026. Because most of us know this is not a practice that they were doing definitely 10 years ago. This was not a common practice, foreigners calling themselves black 10 years ago. That was not a common, this is recent. I like to say this is during the Trump administration, the second one, when they start to use black as a, when they started to embrace black. They still use it differently from us, but they started to use it at, recently as Trump administration. And now, here's the finesse. So black has become flat black, and so when they use it, they use it. So bottom line is this: when we use black as the lineage, our ethnicity. When anybody else has non-FBA, when they use black, it's flat black. It's flat black. So when you read black by itself, when you read black stats, when you see some stuff that says black, you guys got to understand. You got to understand. It's flat black. It's flat black. It's not ethnicity black. It's not our cultural. It's not our culture. It's not culturally black. It's going to be flat black. That means race or some type of dark skin description. Here's the finesse. So a lot of them know that, and they know that we think when they say black, they're talking about us exclusively. So they'll say, "Hey, we need to come together, black people." And it's really just a finesse. The average foreigner, when they say black and include themselves and say, and then use it as like a we, us, our, is typically always a finesse way, a finesse usage. They're using it to finesse. Okay. So under this black, we got to be tolerant to disrespect. When I say we, this is the lineage. So under this flat black, when they use it as a flat black, we are expected to use it as we need to tolerate hella disrespect. This flat black word, we only can vote blue. We only can vote blue under this flat black. We don't have a choice, right? We got to vote blue. We got to be hella tolerant to folks disrespecting us. We should unite with everybody but ourselves under this flat black, and we should fight with everybody else outside of ourselves. That is how this flat black is being used. That's why I don't like it. That's why I'm giving pushback. I'm like, nah, no. Technically, the only black and originally, the only black people were and still are foundation Black Americans. So that's why I don't like to share my ethnicity with people who are not from my lineage. It's for one, you don't do that. Two, they flatten the definition, they flatten the usage out of it where it loses its value, it loses its purpose. We got to be docile, subservience to everybody else. We got to share our resources. We got to do so much sacrificing, and we gain little to nothing. That's all under flat black. That's my issue. That's one of my greatest issues.
Then I'm gonna get the black receipt in here. All right. Yo, Kenton,
Yes, sir.
how you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine, thank you, man. And how are you?
I am good, Kenton. Now, are you East African?
No,
Where are you from?
I am a West Indian.
West Indian. Okay. What part of
Yes, sir.
Trinidad or Jamaica?
No, I'm from Jamaica,
Hey.
and my bloodline runs from the 13 colonies into Jamaica.
Oh, from the 13 colonies to Jamaica. How so?
Well, my family, they're military, the West India Regiment, the Redcoats.
Okay.
Yes, sir. All the way up into Nova Scotia, into
Wait. Because wait.
Bermuda.
Nova Scotia. Hold on, because Nova Scotia, because a lot of Jamaican immigrants go up to Nova Scotia. Did
No,
they?
I'm not talking immigrants. I'm talking bloodline from.
So let me explain Nova Scotia, because sometimes Tariq knows so much that he thinks we know but he knows and he doesn't specify. So, family, a lot of Maroons. So, during the first war with the Maroons and the British, history records that first war as a stalemate. You know, kind of like what the Zulus did when the Zulus came across. Well, the Zulus actually had a W. So when the British came into Africa and met South Africa, met with the Zulus, they took an L, but it was a small platoon. Same thing with the Maroons. The British had a small platoon and they warred with the Maroons, and it was, you know, the British kind of, you know, even stalemate. So the British, like both of them, once the British took an L, they regathered and they brought more British people, more Britons, right? And they destroyed the Zulus, right? And with the help of other African tribes that was so ready to get down with the white man, and the Maroons, they took a hella embarrassing L to the British, and this is where the British was sick of those big old man-eating dogs on the Jamaicans. But the Maroons, the Maroons were deported to Nova Scotia. That was the second war. When they got beat up, they got sent into the woods somewhere, and they got deported. How do you get deported from your own country? I've never heard of that before. How do you get deported from your own country? And this is why they think we could be deported, because it happened to them. So that's why Treat Nasheed said Nova Scotia. Maroons were deported to Nova Scotia when they lost the second British Maroon War. Right? Yeah, I'm something like a historian. I'm something like a phenomenon.
From Britain, not since Jamaica was created. I'm talking when Jamaica was governed from Philadelphia. Remember that our first governor is William Penn. He's my first governor.
Really?
Yes.
Now, how was he?
So,
Now, who in your family was over here then?
well, great grandfather, I even have vice presidents. I won't tell you their names. Of the United States. We were more like what you call well, my family fought on both sides of the fence.
Really?
Yes.
Now, how'd you end up in Jamaica?
Well, you know, when you become what you call a British loyalist, then you have to get up on up there, just like the people that came south and became the Seminole. Most of them have to run into the Bahamas and Trinidad. You know, the crown set up places for them. You already have relatives there. You know, it's one whole territory of Britain. You know, so that's how the bloodline runs. Plus other immigration activities, especially with the Queen Victoria Immigration Act that brought a lot of people out of Baltimore and Philadelphia and so on and so forth into Jamaica, back and forth, you know. So a lot of our governors ruled from even Georgia.
Through Babel.
What's his name? Archibald and all these guys, you know, Campbells and all these people. My name is a Reed.
Oh, okay. So are you
I am,
trying to say that you have foundational Black American lineage?
well, I wouldn't say foundational. I don't see nothing written says foundational, but I understand what
It
you
wouldn't be
meant.
written back then. It wouldn't be written back then.
Yes, I understand what you meant.
And you haven't seen anything written black, but you think you're black. Okay.
You know,
Right. It wouldn't be.
but,
Yeah, it wouldn't be like, just like you wouldn't see HBCU written in a school, but the schools exist. You understand?
yes, but you know, I deal with mostly records. I go deep into records. I can't unseen see what I've seen. You
What
know,
have you seen, sir? What have you seen?
many things. You know, military records, muster rolls, and all kind of stuff. You know, I deal with records, not even history books as such. I'm more interested in the writers than the content they put out. You know, I go to records.
But sounds like somebody had an ethnogenesis.
And family, go ahead and like the video on TikTok and YouTube. Take a moment out to like the video. Thank you.
Yeah, sound like whoever left here back then went to Jamaica and became Jamaican.
Well, Jamaica was created in 1962.
But the island was there. Yeah, the common.
Yes, it was Zamaka. Well,
Don't I talk about that family? Zaimaka? You just said it. Okay, I talk about Zaimaka. Like I said, I'm something like a historian.
But the island was there. Yeah, the common.
yes, it was Zamaka. Well, the island Jamaica. There are many Jamaicans in the Americas. Jamaica in the Americas,
Yeah, so Zaimaka is an acronym. It's from the British.
especially in the mainland. You have more Jamaica places called Jamaica on the mainland, and what that little island there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so people normally name places from where they're from. Really, you know. So
So are you still, again, are you trying to imply that you have a foundational?
I am foundation. Of course, I am foundation.
No, yeah. But here's the thing. You're not foundational because you had to immigrate here, sir.
Well, with an E, not with an I.
Oh,
If you understand what I mean.
what does that mean?
Well, emigrate and immigrate is different.
It's pretty much the same. When you immigrate here, you know you don't plan on leaving, but you're coming from a foreign country, and when you immigrate here, you don't plan on leaving. You're coming from a foreign country. But I think immigrate is like intentional trying to. I think you don't know what it means. If I could go off my memory, immigrate with the E with an E is the whole purpose is to stay. Immigrate is not really a permanent stay. You can just come visit for a couple of years, like a student visa, school, you got a business, H-1B, something like that. I think if I'm right, immigration is not necessarily a permanent stay, but I think immigration is always a permanent stay.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Yes. Well, when you find independence, cut people off from certain things based on, but the family lineage still runs. I have a lot of family on the mainland here. I won't give you their names. I'm related to the Williams as well, if you know what I mean. You get what?
Okay, so immigrate, it's the same thing. It's two actions of the same coin. Immigrate is to leave your country, and when you come into another country, that's immigrate. So when you leave your country, so in order to immigrate, you got to immigrate.
What I'm saying?
No. I mean, you sound like you did like a DNA test and you saw some DNA,
No, I don't.
genetic matches. So you're trying to. So you're trying. I am a relative of Abraham Lincoln.
Well, if I am trying to find a child of mine or some form of close relatives, of course, I'll do that. But I would have to.
So in other words, immigrate is the brain drain. Immigrate could be the brain gain. So when you say immigrate, that means the home country is receiving you. So they would be immigrates to us in America. But if back home in Jamaica, when they speak about people who flee like him, they would call them immigrants. So when you abandon your country and never come back, the people of your country will call you an immigrant. The people who are receiving you that don't appreciate you, we call you immigrate. That's how that works.
Have somebody to match with. I can't match with the unknown. I have to match with what's living, just like myself. So I love what you're doing though. Keep up the good work, because you have to put people in their place,
right.
or else they will replace you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so therefore, just keep doing what you're doing, and people are catching on. And once people becomes to have a sense of pride in what they do, what they are, and you're helping them to achieve that, and I like that.
There you go. Thank you so much, Kenton. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Boy, Do y'all see that backdoor attempt? Do y'all see that backdoor ass attempt? Boy, that's a clumsy back. They're trying to backdoor up in these lineages. They're trying to get up in the lineage. Family, listen. Listen. Oh, that was so illogical. Boy, he was reaching. I'm telling y'all, family, they are sitting up trying to reach and trying to backdoor their way into the lineage. Boy, y'all don't understand the depths of tethering, boy. Boy, he's trying, that's a backdoor. Boy, that was a hard reach. Well, my people were in Nova Scotia. My relatives was William Penn. That was my cousin. Oh, dude, listen. For FBA, this ain't a political club that you just sign up for. It's not no broad umbrella. It's the people who survived. The ethnogenesis was here, and it was continuous. All right? Bruh, you immigrated here, sir. Immigration negates foundational status, ladies and gentlemen. Foundational and immigrant don't mix. It ain't the same right there. That's where the foundational thing. Foundational
don't mix with the E or I.
means from the beginning and still here. All right? That's why you immigrated. Well, it's immigration with an E, not an I, nigga. What the hell? What the hell? Boy, these folks are reaching. Man, brother, you were under British rule in Jamaica. That's okay. All right. Man, we don't have visa applications, sir. We can't get deported, sir. You can, which means you're not foundational, sir. You understand? If you can get deported, you are not foundational. If you can get deported, you are not foundational, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? You cannot, you're not foundational at all. If they can get you up out of here, if you have to hide from an ICE van, you are not foundational. Yeah, but he was trying to backdoor. Heavy, he was trying to backdoor. Boy, he was reaching. Yeah, I don't like to use foundational. You can't use foundational, but yeah, that's what he's trying. They're trying to test out some new bullshit. No, sir. You can get deported. We can. That's the difference, sir. All right? That's a major difference. So yeah, don't try to backdoor your way. I'm Bumbaclad. I'm foundational too. Listen, ICE enforcement. I am foundational. My cousin was William Penn. Tariq and all those people. I'm just like them. Wait. Hold on. What is this? Wait, nigga. Wait, Bumbaclad. Wait. What are you doing? What are you doing with my goats? What are you doing with my goats? Hold on, Bumbaclad. Hold on, nigga. Lord.
Yeah, that beep is too funny, yo.
Lord have mercy. Get it off my foot. Get it off my foot. I can't carry the goat. I can't carry the goat with this on my foot, nigga. Help. Tariq, help me, nigga. I'm one of you.
Yeah, this guy's a comedian, yo. Yo, he is a comedian. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Right. You ain't gonna sit there and wait 20 years for your city to do it. Yeah. Right. Huh? Right. Yep. That- right. That's all. Simple action. Right. It should be tax free. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Mhm. Right. 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 Yeah. A UFO got him. Yeah. Right. Right. A Cold War. Yep. Harriet Tubman. Yeah. Dang. Yeah. That'll be fine. Yeah. I like it. A reminder. Mm. Right. 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 Yeah. 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 Really. Damn. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Right. Right. Yeah. People should. Mm. Man, you don't see that no more. That's right. And ain't going no time soon. Right. Hmm. Right. Yeah. Right. Yep. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Really? You do? Can't be that graphic.
What can still carry.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Gotta make the adjustment. Right. And yeah, that's all you can do. All right.
This.
One second. Hey, new caller, come off mute if you don't mind. Where you going, bro? How do just real quick? How do you identify? Okay, what's on your mind?
Okay, ask a question real quick. Where was the gentleman's family during the Vietnam War?
Oh, go ahead, bro. That's for you, brother Wilbur. That's for you.
My cousin said, he was 14.
Hey, yeah, yeah. Listen, man. I got a whole video. I got a whole 12-minute video speaking about that. About especially the kids that are like trouble around like the 11, 12, 13 years old. That mom that really love her kid, she should be start preparing that boy to save his life and get him into that.
His community.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah. Hold up. Wait. Before you do that.
Sir, we heard you.
Yeah, yeah. So hold on. Wait. Just wait. Hold on. Wait. Just one thing.
The drill sergeant was a black man. Well, he was so.
Wait. Let me speak. Hold on. It's brother, but you're not. He's cutting in. So let me just address him real fast. Hey, sir, let's keep cutting in. How do you identify?
As a Moroccan, as the name on the contract.
As a Moroccan?
Yeah.
All right. Are you FBA?
You're Moroccan too.
Yeah. No.
Until one day he pulled me to the side. His brain.
Hey, brother Wilbur, I gotta finish playing the video. I appreciate you, yeah. But the chat, like, yo, with the video, we appreciate you, and you know what I mean. Always pull up. I will always got time for you. You dig? No problem. Man. Yeah, now don't worry about him, man. Tether's troll. That's what they do. All right. All right, brother. Yeah, Tether's troll. That's what they do. And that's why I wanted to ask a question real fast. How do you identify? Because I knew a Tether was gonna say a goofy answer. And once he gave me what I wanted to hear, got him up out of here. We don't have no conversation for Moroccan. What the hell is that? And okay.
I do a live tonight on my TikTok channel. Go to my Patreon in the middle about the Stam and Punk. Dude, no, flex that shit. What's on your mind?
I just got a few questions.
Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to get to the Liberian I spoke to the other day. Spoke to a Liberian, right? And he was confused on how he identified. Like a lot of Africans be confused on how they want to identify. Okay, and he was one of them. He said he was Liberian, so that's already an identity, you would think. So it was like, okay. But I asked the question. I was like, "Are you also black?" Oh yeah. I think he forgot his script. I think he forgot his script. He was supposed to lead with he's black. He forgot his script from his agency. Hey brother, I got to put you on mute because you got a lot of background noise. If you don't mind, yeah, it's like distracting me. Yeah, so the dude forgot the agency script they had for him, and also cosplay as one of us and say he's black. He went off script and said he's Liberian. So I put him back on script. I said, "Are you black?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm black." I said, okay, just want to get you back on script. And then I said, "Okay, let's talk from there. I want you to talk like you're a black man to me, so I can prove you're not black." Right. So real quick, let me share some of that. And that conversation is for anybody who doesn't have a lineage to this country. If you don't have a lineage to this country and you're still claiming you're black, we want to talk to you. We want to know how are you still black if you're not part of our lineage? Okay. Yeah, Garvey. Garvey tried to scam us to Liberia, and that didn't work. So it's something about Liberia that something about Liberia, man. Liberians that rub us the wrong way. But I told you guys, watch out for the back door. Watch out who you call black. Watch out when you say who is identified as FBA, and watch out who you say is qualified for reparations, because in your ignorance, you will be qualifying a lot of Liberians. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, right? When you start saying things about reparations and lineage talk, you gotta make sure your language is tight and that you're not tying in Liberians into our reparations claim and also in our identity. So let me get okay, damn. Which live was that? I had a Liberian. I thought it was yesterday. All right, no problem, no problem. All right, well look, let me do this. Let me go here and try to find it. Let me go here until I find that conversation. Yeah, Tariq, he got Myron on the damn camel. This dude is crazy.
Let me get honesty in here. Honesty?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. What's happening?
Hey, no, I just wanted to say, earlier I was in one of these, I found myself in a Tether space, and there's a lot of them out there.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah. And the thing is with those spaces, when they get into it, your name is one of the names that constantly comes up. And it was me and a few cats in there, defending
push. The thing is, I want foreigners to understand, bragging about traveling to an FBA, that's not a flex. Okay, a lot of Black Americans are not travelers like that, and it's not that we don't have the money, or it's not that we can't, or we're afraid to travel. It's really we don't see the purpose, because a lot of people travel, especially in third world countries, because their countries are in a bad state. So you travel because you're looking for a new homeland. You're shopping around. Yvette Carnell said it. We don't do that over here. Like, we are in the first world power, the richest country in the world. Why would we travel to some of the poorest countries in the world? It's like oxymoron to some of us. And why would I travel out the country to meet people who I really don't care about, when we have 50 states in America, and there's FBAs and there's states, they're in states in this country who I've met yet. Dig? So I enjoy meeting us. Mississippi, Texas, Virginia, and all different, North Carolina, South Carolina. I in Georgia. I enjoy meeting us. So I don't find any joy flying overseas and meeting a bunch of people that don't do nothing for me, when I have more fun meeting my own people from my lineage, from different states, different cities. That's me.
pushing back, but honestly, it's probably best.
They're not naive. They are deliberately trying to disrespect our lineage by just trying to minimize it and try to pretend that it is a organization with leaders and all that nonsense as a way to diss it. That's just them being disrespectful. They don't believe that. They know it's not. Let's be very clear. They're not dumb. Tethers are pathological liars. And what they try to do is reduce our lineage into a group so that they can attack the proxy. So they can let you know how they feel about all 50 million of us, and they can try to give themselves plausible deniability by saying, oh, I ain't talking about all Black Americans. I'm just talking about this little make-believe group that I created in my mind called FBA. It's only Tyreek and them. I'm just a proxy. You understand? I am a proxy. I need app. I need some. I'm 15 years old. I know I look 47, but I'm 15. I mean, everything is a lie. No, no, you can't do that with a pathological, habitual liar out over him. Yeah, I don't entertain these tethers. I'm not. there's nothing to talk about. You understand? I don't give a damn about their opinions. I don't care. You're irrelevant to what's going on over here. It's up to us to recognize that behavior pattern, and we deal with it the way we deal with it. We have as foundational Black Americans, we have to have strict, unapologetic boundaries. I'm not allowing that parasitic culture to come around and erode our standards of truth and accountability. You see? We identify that behavior, call it out, and cut access to it. Because again, letting these liars sit up here and blend in with us is dangerous. You understand what I'm saying? That's very dangerous, having these lying tethers around us. And we should have been calling it out a long time ago. Y'all remember what comes to mind? Y'all remember that musty Somali woman, that was a Rhoda Osmond, the brick lady? Y'all remember the brick lady? And I think she's trying to get back on social media. That's a perfect example of how dangerous lying tethers are. Y'all remember that woman went out here in Houston and lied and said a Black man tried to get her number, she rejected him, and then he hit her in the head with a brick. That was a complete lie, and I knew it was a lie when I first heard it.
Hello. Hello. Okay. Guess you mean to hop on. You meant to hop on? Did you mean to hop on?
Hello?
Yeah, did you mean to hop on? Oh my God. Dude, yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing today?
Great. Yeah, you listen to a replay. I mean, your replay is bad. It's like a 3-second delay. Guys, dude, you got to listen to the live, not the playback. Oh.
Heard it.
I'm fine. I'm calling from Plano, Texas, but I'm originally from Mississippi.
Look, us, we made the brand. So when we as foundational Black Americans divest from that label, all the historic and the cultural capital walks right out the door with us. We leave, that brand collapses. So now, whenever you hear people say that they're African American, that's almost like saying you a tether at this point. Y'all notice that?
Oh,
if somebody says they're African American,
okay, hey, that's my talking point Tariq got from me. But even with flat black, I said that first. I said when you hear African American, when you hear Black, without a marked delineated term, automatically assume foreigner, immigrant. I said that. I said when you hear somebody say they're African American or flat black, they're just Black. I said, and when you hear people talk about African Americans or just Black people, hey, Black people or these Black stats say this, family. If those Black stats or that Black information does not have a foundational before it or a native before it, they're most likely talking about immigrants.
American, okay, are you a tether? That almost sounds like tether talk. And they know it. You see? When I hear African American, I'm like, are you foreign? That's like you're foreign now. Yeah, Elon Musk is an African American. Yeah, they don't want that. Yeah, look, y'all can have African American, Caribbeans and Africans. Y'all can have it. Yeah, go ahead and keep that. Yeah, y'all go ahead and be African American. No. They need us to utilize that term too. It's very important that we utilize it, because if it's just on them, the brand is going to be diminished. You see? See, the American is doing all the heavy lifting, see? And they can't just run around saying that they're African. They don't want to do that because they feel that African has a stigma to it. See, they don't want to do that.
Nah, they'll say they're Black.
Yeah, I want y'all to feel me. The tethers, they don't want to run around yelling about they African all over the place. They do not want to do that, ladies and gentlemen. because in their mind, the African carries a stigma of poverty, instability, exploitation, dustiness. But see, African American is a little better because that's supposed to be us. See, the American side connects it to us. You see? So they run this game. Well, how come you don't want to be African? Well, you are African. Why do you afraid of Africa? No. What they're fighting for is for the African American identity so that they can latch on to the American part of it.
Right.
They want to latch on to that American part. See, they want us to latch on to the African part. We latch on to the American part. No. We latch on to the African part. They latch on to the American part. That's the con, ladies and gentlemen. That's like the little destiny swap. You know? That's why everything we do, they try to tie it to some tribe. Yeah, we created the blues. Well, you know the blues came from my tribe 6,000 years ago. We had a banjo in a tree and we sang the blues. And okay, no. No. See, the thing is, they know that the whole umbrella will collapse without us as the tent pole. See, as millions of us start strictly identifying as foundational Black Americans, while other people stick to being Nigerian, Ghanaian American, Haitian American, whatever, who's left to power the African American machine? Nobody. It becomes empty. It's stripped of its energy. You see? And before we started delineating people who weren't of our lineage, they can just slip right in as Black or African American. They can slip right in the category. They can hijack our institutions, soak up our opportunities, try to cloak themselves around our historic narratives without anybody checking their credentials. So foundational Black American, that forces a real conversation. Which Black population are we talking about? We're not going to use similar skin tone just to exchange our destinies, you see? And just using Black as a smokescreen. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to be very specific. You see? We're going to be very specific. Which Black person you're talking about? We're talking about foundational Black Americans. And the sauce follows the lineage, not the label. Cultural capital follows the people. If we change the name, the history comes with us. Yeah? We talk about Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Jim Crow, all that. Hip hop, that's FBA history. That is foundational Black American history. You see? And as we migrate to the foundational Black American identifier, the world will associate all of that greatness with us, leaving that old African American category completely hollowed out. Elon Musk is African American. You can have it. You see? We're transferring all of that symbolic cultural wealth back to the rightful owners. And a lot of the tethers, they're emotional because we cut off the access. That's why all these non-lineage people, they get so emotional about what we call ourselves. That's what I'm saying. We're not doing anything to anybody. These folks are crashing out, having marathon coping spaces and AA meetings over what we call ourselves. Do you understand that? These folks are tripping about what we have decided to call ourselves. Think about how deep that is. These folks are crashing the hell out. You see? They're panicking because they know the downstream consequences. You see? When everything becomes lineage specific, our history is going to get protected. We're drawing boundaries, and ain't nobody going to be able to cosplay. You're going to have to stand on your own. You understand? And you can't sit up here talking about all the great shit you did. Now, okay, now you're going to have to show and prove. If we're so jealous of you, okay, show us what we're jealous of. Those FBA niggas, they're jealous because we're smarter, we work harder. Okay, now that you're on your own, you're handling your business, show us all that hard work ethic. Now when they get ready to send you back home, you kicking and screaming. You don't want to go utilize that work ethic in your homeland. which shows you just lying and you didn't have it going on and you only got shit popping because you came over here under duress. You see, FBA is the premium brand, ladies and gentlemen, of our lineage. You see, we ain't even got to do nothing with the African American term. We just let it become obsolete, which is what we're doing. Man, let me see. Y'all, let me see. We got a lot of folks in here. All right. Let me see. They clip when I roast them. Oh yeah, keep clipping it, Tethers. Yeah, that's a part of the lineage, roasting. That's what we do. Purist, what's up, Purist? Y'all raise your hand, ladies and gentlemen. Raise your hand.
Hey, Tariq, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on with you, beloved?
Good. I love your broadcast as always. I listen to you while I'm working on YouTube when I miss your live, so I really appreciate you. You know what I was thinking really quickly? We've been called we've been called a lot of names. We've been called right before African American was Indian, it was Negro, it was colored, but they don't gravitate to those names. They like to call us African American and say, why you don't want to be African? Well, you didn't call us the other names that we were called.
Yeah.
I mean, we were Indian too. We were, a lot of other things, but, and I just find it interesting that I'm from New York City, live in the East Coast all my life. Went to the East Coast. Went to the Midwest and the.
My God, everybody's calling me. Hey, what's up? Hello, I can't hear you. Hello, you're on. You want to talk?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh.
Hi.
All right. Yeah. Hi. Can you remember me?
Go ahead.
My bad. I haven't been here before. What's the main point of the discussion?
Just talking to the family. Open talk. Open discussion with the family.
Not like an FBA live.
Well, I'm a foundation Black American.
Oh, there's no prompt on this. Okay.
Nah, it's open talk. That's exactly what I said. It's an open conversation. Do you identify as FBA?
No.
How do you identify? Okay. And are you in America now?
Yes, I'm in America. Yeah, I have my citizenship.
Okay. Where did your parents come and you were born here?
No, I moved here 6 years old. Most of my family, people I know, were born here.
Okay. How you like it?
Huh?
How you like it?
I'm mostly like it. Me too now. So I've already experienced stuff, and it's just this conversation online I just wanted to talk about because I've seen a lot of FBAs almost I don't know how to say. Okay, I've seen a lot of FBAs almost. I forget the word, but they basically say the transatlantic slave trade didn't happen and deny the suffering of their ancestors.
You talking about those, yeah, you talking about those weirdos. Yeah, I don't think they're FBA, by the way.
I don't either, but they use that term. Well, and I'm just like, wow.
But they couldn't be. If they are saying it never happened, then how are they foundational?
I just wanted a perspective on any live. I'm trying to understand what's happening.
With what?
They're saying they're saying they're native here, they are.
Yeah, I spoke to a few of them. Yeah, they're not FBA. Yeah, they tell me they're not FBA. That's what they tell me.
That they literally tell me they are FBA. So maybe when presented with someone actually, they change up their language. But there's 10 TikTok lives right now with the title FBA and saying they're not of African descent. And I'm like, wow, you're just literally denying every single thing that's happened to you.
I mean, well, I'll say this. I'm of African descent. I can't tell somebody they are or they not. Like, so if somebody tells me they're not, I got to take them at their word, right? And then I ask them how they identify. So a lot of those folks, they don't like FBA. They say they're not that. I say, okay, cool. You're not FBA. What are you?
Yeah, but okay. What they say is that they are FBA. Atlantic slave trade didn't happen, but they are native to America. And I'm saying you can't be indigenous to America and identify as Black. Why you can't be is because race is a social construct that we do live in this society as Black people. You can't identify as Black as being of African descent and saying like you're indigenously American. That doesn't make sense. There's no proof of that.
So it does make a little sense. There's a little proof. Let me tell you. So now you just said Black is a racial category, right? Racial construct, right?
From Africa.
Wait, no, I'm saying like black is a racial classification, correct?
Yeah. One quick sentence, like how white people are of European descent, right. Black people are of African descent. That's the racial category we use.
Not with the word Black. So I would say, yeah, Black and African are not interchangeable. And for example, if you Google, right, so right now if you Google African versus Black, or is it the same, or explain the difference, they'll tell you that there are Black people who are not necessarily African or African descent. But so it is something like that. But let me just clarify. A racial classification is just that. It's a classification that group up people from all over the world, from Haiti to the West Indies, parts of Africa, and America. And they say, hey, you guys belong to the racial classification Black. That's whitey people. You know, whitey people, they have a racist background, right? Whitey people have a racist background, right?
Yes.
Right. Yes. It makes sense. Yes. Right. So it will make sense that racist people will come up with a racial construct, right? So everything's about racism. So you have, so now you're Nigerian, they put you in a racial category Black. They put me, I'm Foundation Black America, they put me in a racial category Black, and everybody in the West Indies, all those Thousand Islands, and Haiti, they will be in that category. And some Cubans in Brazil probably in there as well. But here's the thing that's not making sense to you. I kind of explained it earlier. So Black is used three different ways, and people don't understand it. So Black is used one way, like you just said. It's a racial classification. And then some people use Black to describe their skin, right? Their melanin outward expression. That's the second way. So now you have the adjective, skin color. You have the racial classification, the group that group is all in. Then you have the ethnicity, or the ethno-cultural political term, which is what we use it as, Black Americans. So Black as a race didn't start, it wasn't forever. White people made it up in 1977 through the OMB, the Office Management and Budget, right? In 1977, they made Black the official race of people with African phenotype and African ancestry. But here's the thing. Black Americans been using Black since the 1930s. So we've been using Black before it became a race. So now, if white people made a race, then how were we using Black when we were saying we were Black? So when we use Black, we were using it not as a race and not as a skin color, because I'm light skinned. I'm light skinned. I'm like Jay-Z color. Okay. So I don't point at my skin and say I'm Black because I'm dark. I'm not dark, but I'm Black, and because that was our ethno-political identity when we were challenging Jim Crow, and when we used it, we were referring to just us in America. Like, so I was talking to a Liberian the other day. I said, bro, the way you use Liberian as your national identity, that's how we use Black. We use it as our national American identity.
Okay, so let me just clarify the last point that you've made. There's a difference between Black and Black American, because I think when you use, because you and white people do share the same ethnicity. We're talking about people that have their ancestors from like America, like the closest ancestors. So now what I want to clarify is, when you have the same identity as a white person, you say you're both American, that's your ethnicity. When we use Black, that's a differentiation. You're not racially white. You are racially Black. You're a Black American, and that's your you're ethnically American because you share those similar values as other Americans. So you share those traditions, that culture, but you're racially black because that's how people differentiate you within their ethnicity. Your culture, the traditions that you've been through, the history is different than a white American. And this is why I don't want to like talk about how people view the different things of being black, the three different ways, because we need to talk about how it's historically been used and then how people are trying to use it now and have a middle ground there. Because if we talk about those three different ways, that's not how you're identified in society. That's not the societal way people use it. Unfortunately, we do live in a place where you look left, it's racism, you look right, it's racism. The term house, the term bed probably has racist undertones, but we still generally use it. It is generally accepted in our society, and that's what I want to have a middle ground on. The term black as the race was not created in the 1900s. It was used in government in the 1900s after deliberations. However, it was used in the 17th century. Now, does it have racist undertones? 100%. They wanted to discriminate between like the African people and the European people. That's what they wanted to do. That's why they justified slavery. That's why they justified the transatlantic slave trade. My issue with that is that I understand why you say saying you're Black American is your ethnicity. I think American's your ethnicity, Black is your race. That's how you're different from a white person. The history is different from a white person because you guys share common histories. You guys were entangled in history. That's why you're both American. Even though I can tell them that they're directly from European descent. White people are directly from European descent. Same as Black people are. And that's why they use that race to classify where they're originally from. However, you are ethnically American. You can't go back to the European countries and say,
Can I say something to respond to that? All right, so I'm gonna say two words. Are you familiar with either word? Are you familiar with exonym and endonym?
Yes.
Okay, so I read and write Greek, modern, and ancient. Okay, so because I used to teach the Bible, right, some years ago, and you know the Bible, the New Testament is all Greek. All right, so exonym. Well, first of all, ethnogenesis. You heard that word before, right?
Yeah, ethnogenesis.
Right, ethnos genesis. That literally means new creation of people. Okay, exonym, exos, onym. That means the outsider names you. Endos, onym. That means the insider names you. Now, earlier you said we're identified as something. No, we're not. Because when outsiders identify you, is normally bad. People identify themselves. Nobody can give you a name. You name yourselves. So when white people went around calling people names, it was disrespectful. You just said it. You said they had an undertone in them that was negative. That's how they identify everybody. They call Indians savages. They call, just the word Negro, Negro. That was a horrible name they gave people. The Haitians were in the war. So let me help you out. American is not an ethnicity. American. Let me tell you something. I said exonym endonym. There's something called a demonym. A demonym is the name after your country. You add an IAN or an AN. Now, Nigeria is the country. Your demonym is Nigerian and Nigerian. Our demonym is American. Our country is America. You throw it in there. Now it's American. Haitians, Haiti, Haitian. That is called a demonym. That's the demos is the people, the country's name, right? So Nigerian American. So Nigerian. Family. Another one bit the dust. She chimped out and left. I keep trying to tell y'all, man. They don't want to talk to nobody educated. You're right. She thought she was cooking, and now I had to correct her. American is not an ethnicity; it's a nationality. So when you get citizenship in America, you become American. When you get citizenship in Nigeria, you become Nigerian. Okay? So whatever your citizenship is at, your demonym becomes that country name. You add the IAN or you add the AN. But another one, Donnie says you chimped out. Another one chimped out. And this is the issue. You see how now, look, I didn't say no names, didn't call nothing. I let her go. She was going in. She thought, but then she started to like repeat herself. So I chimed in respectfully. Okay. And as I was educating her, she chimped out and left. Okay. And you see, all of you guys, I know all of you guys and gals were excited when she said the word black and was going to break it down to me, the person who could break down black better than anybody when it's applied to people. When it's applied to people, like, nobody can do better than me on the word black. So, and I wasn't even like, that was a tip of the iceberg. I didn't even really get to go in. But she said X on them. She knew what that was. She knew what Endo and them, you know, she didn't know. But I was not trying to embarrass her. I was not trying to do a gotcha. I was really just trying to educate her. Because some of those folks, they actually embrace it. They're like, oh well, the truth is the truth. But you know, so what happens, man, I see a lot of them have a hard time comprehending. A lot of them have a hard time comprehending. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Oh, I would say Arizona, but basically you hear people say, yeah, I went to school with some foreigners, and when I said they were black, you know, they will get offended. So how can we all be wrong?
Right.
Like, y'all said that. And it's like, we're not making this up. But anyway.
Yeah, that real talk. Thank you so much, beloved. Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, these are the people who told us they weren't black. I'm not black, I'm Ugandan. I'm not black, I'm Nigerian. Okay. All right. We're like, you know what? You're right. You know what? You're right. Oluwa, hop on in, bro, because you're doing a lot of trolling in the chat room. Oluwa, it's mandatory for you to get on, and you're going to get blocked in 10 seconds. All right. Oluwa, you got 10 seconds to get on, or I'm going to personally block you, sir. All right, Oluwa, I'm going to go ahead and block you now. You're going to have to use your Finster. All right. You up out of here. Okay, let's see who we got, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me see. Black Wall Street. Let's get Black Wall Street in the building. All right, Black Wall Street, hop on in.
Tariq, how you doing, man?
Hey, Wall Street, how are you, brother?
Hey, man, I'm going to start calling you the master teacher, man, because that's what you are, bro. You've been putting us on so much game, bro. Man, dude, I've been watching for over 10 years, man. And because of what you've done, man, my consciousness has been elevated so many ways, bro.
Love that.
I got two things, man.
Yes,
and real quick, one of the things I'm noticing now is you got these old, failed niggas, I love TikTok Shop, who are joining the live with these tethers, man. And they're sitting there acting as bona fide these tethers. And I mean, they're being more divisive as FBAs than the tethers, man. That's one thing that I'm seeing in these TikTok streets. So it's got to be a lot of money in these TikTok streets because I'm seeing this. Second of all, ever since the Ghanaians have went out there and did all that bull crap that they did at the United Nations, it has been a concerted effort for these tethers to absolve themselves from the slave trade.
All right, so now, family, peep game. What she was trying to do was fill me out. That's why she mentioned the indigenous people, right? She was trying to fill me out. She was trying to feel like what type of FBA I am. Like, that's what she was trying to do. I knew that, and that's why I responded the way I did. I said, "Oh no, they're not FBA." And she was like, "Oh." She's like, "Well, who's this guy?" And he said he's FBA, and they said he's FBA, and so she was kind of confused. She was trying to fill me out. So I purposely was being vague with her, so she can like talk to me like I don't have any sense, which she did. And she thought she was cooking on black, and she had it backwards. So I let her know, like, hey, you're talking to somebody who's very educated. I read and write Greek, ancient Greek. I know exonym is a Greek term. And so I said all of that to bring up them on them, because had I said demonym right away, she wouldn't have accepted it. So I wanted her to see ethnogenesis, endonym, exonym, and even ethnonym. These are all Greek terms put together. So I wanted to establish that to get her trust. So when I get to demonym, okay, I can now explain the American part, how it cannot be an ethnicity. It's a demonym. And that's why I gave her hers first. I said, you are from Nigeria. Your demonym is Nigerian. I'm from America. So my demonym is American. It's not an ethnicity. So that was her fake way to backdoor herself into our lineage by trying to make black a race and only a race for us. Ma'am, that might be a race for you. But we don't treat, when black Americans, when we use the term black, we don't use it. I said this earlier. I explained to her, black is being used 3 different ways. For some people, they use it as a skin color. Other folks use it as a racial classification. But black Americans, we normally, typically, when we say black people support by black economics, the black dollar, George Bush don't like black people. When we talk like that, we're talking about the lineage. Okay, we don't use black typically as a racial word, including Nigerians, Jamaicans, and Haitians. We don't. That's a fact. We don't. So she chimped out. She got intimidated by a foundational black American intelligence. Okay? They all do that, family. So when y'all chimp out right along with them, cuss them out, that's what they want. Because they don't have much of an education, and most times they got low IQ. So they want you to chimp out with them. Okay? Because they don't really have much to say. So you guys fall for it every time. It becomes to a Tether snowball match. You dig? Who's the most degenerate person on a live stream? When you respond with some intellect, they normally just bounce like that. So when Tariq actually have a real discussion with them, they do the same thing. They leave. They can't, or they'll just gaslight and chimp out. But they really don't like intelligent FBAs. So we gotta bring intelligence back to our live streams. Stop all this cussing and being a fool like them. Aren't we different? Aren't we from a first world country? Shouldn't we show our education different? Shouldn't there be like a clear difference in the grammar we choose? You know what I mean? Because I was gonna say to her, man, like before she chimped out and got off, I was gonna say, you just said you're trying to break down black. I'm trying to break down black. You just said you've been here since you were 6. You're 22 now, 16 years. I've been here over 400 years. You think you're gonna know black better than me? Like I swear I was going there next because she was kind of pushing me, saying black is a race and we share ethnicity with the white people. You know, but again, I stayed completely quiet because some of y'all complain and say, unbiased, you gotta let them talk, and you're right sometimes. Sometimes I do gotta let them talk. But sometimes I gotta cut them the hell off. But this time I decided let her go. Let her talk. Let her go. Let her talk. Okay? And I waited my turn, got there, and didn't even get too crazy on her. She chimped out and left. So whatever your name was, Nigerian lady, you know you did horrible. And you will be a future clip. Just know that. You will be a future clip. It's going to be Nigerian, tries to backdoor her way into the lineage. Something like that. Cosplaying Nigerian. But you will be an isolated clip.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? It's like they're trying to say, "Hey, we took no part in it," and all these treaties are on file. I mean, you can go look and see all the treaties, man. But they're go ahead and cook, man. I just wanted to put it out there, man. I appreciate it. Cook on that, bro.
Thank you so much. Now we got to understand some of these old Negroes that be in these tether spaces. Two things. There are two types. A lot of them are Democrat ops. These old Democrat ops. And a lot of the Democrats, they're sending dark money for their online marketing people to get in these spaces and just spew these jive-ass talking points. So they get a couple of the old Sambos in there to spew it with them. These are Democrat shills. All right, let's understand that. These are the old Jim Clyburn class who want to get their catfish nuggets. You dig? Because you let the old ones talk, they'll start talking about Trump when this FBA thing. It sounds like some MAGA stuff. This ain't nothing but MAGA. Yeah, okay. That's the Democrat shield. Also, some of these old Sambos are old, played out Pan-Africans. They're Pan-Africanist. And they got some little Pan-African hustle going, and the Pan-African thing is drying up. A lot of that little Pan-African money, because of delineation, that has dried up significantly. Boy, the Pan-Africans, they're singing the blues right now because ain't nobody going on them damn tours like that no more. Ain't nobody buying all their dashikis and aroma beads and seashells and shea butter. People ain't really checking for a lot of that stuff like that no more. Yeah, because we're looking at and enjoying our unique history here. So a lot of the Pan-African stuff is kind of drying up, and they don't like it. So you see the people who don't like delineation, there's always somebody with a septum ring and some seashell hair pieces and shit, and some henna tattoos on their neck, and some Bantu beads and some Bantu knots and all that. Yeah, that's drying up. That's drying up. Yeah, people ain't trying to go on those heritage tours to find themselves no more. We're finding ourselves here. We're here. We're here. You dig? Man. All right. Let me see who we got. Y'all raise your hands. Let me see. Raise those hands, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let me see. Let's get Hollywood FBA. Hold on. Let me get Hollywood FBA. Well, let me get Ramon. I see Ramon FBA in here. Let's get Ramon. Then we'll get Hollywood. Okay. Ramon, what's up, Ramon? Brother Ramon, waiting on him to lock it on in. Then we'll get Hollywood FBA. I'm trying to get you, brother. I don't know what's happening.
What's up, Flex? Can you hear me?
Hey, Ramon, how you doing, brother?
What's up with it, man? I just want to ask you one question I've been wanting to ask you for a while.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, once you finish with Hidden Colors and they go platinum, of course,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I want to ask you, would you consider updating the picture quality and re-releasing your classic film, The Eugenics? Because I say that because a lot of people might know or forgot, and a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
Before the documentaries, you actually had a film, like an actual suspense film, thriller film, horror film, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And it predicted the COVID era. So I land right there, Flex. I just been wanting to ask you that for a while now, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, we actually did that after we did the first Hidden Colors. We did a movie called The Eugenicist. And yeah, it was about like an outbreak. And yeah, it's very interesting. Like we did a horror movie. We shot it down in Atlanta. We shot it very quickly too. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, because we shot it very quickly. We had a lot of technical issues. We shot some of it out here in LA. And we shot the whole movie in like 2 weeks. We shot the movie real fast. You know. But hold on, let me get some more folks in here. Y'all raise those hands. Let me see. Let's get KD1. KD1, hop on in. KD1, hop on in. KD1.
What's up,
KD? I can hear you. What's up, K?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. What's going on with you?
Man, not much, man. I've been trying to catch you for a minute, man. So, couple of things. First thing, just real quick, the most beautiful thing about delineation is all foundational Black Americans got to do is be ourselves.
Right.
That's all we got to do is be ourselves. Like, because if you let the Pan-African narrative or just any other Afrocentric narrative tell it like we've been some lost people who don't know who we are, we lost our language, culture, et cetera, so we've been trying to, it like just human nature, when the ego kicks in, we've been striving to get back what we've been told that we lost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but when you put it in the proper perspective, like it ain't nothing wrong with us as Black Americans. We cool. You know what I'm saying? We don't need dashiki, mud cloth, kente cloth, or none of that. Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to say. The second thing I wanted to say is one thing I noticed that the Tether Africans and the Pan-Africanists who antagonize us will do is when it comes to FBA lineage, they like to pigeonhole us to the indigenous argument and try to walk us down a endless debate about indigenous ancestry. So one thing that I started doing was I started just going ahead and entertaining their whole narrative. It's like, okay, let's slide indigenous ancestry to the side now. Okay, I'm gonna entertain what you saying. I'm gonna walk you right on down this transatlantic slave trade narrative and just say we exclusively came from that. Now, as a Pan-Africanist, one, you're going to have to justify with dignity why the hell you are embracing the culture and the identity of the people who sold you, because they technically are the original slave masters. So if we want to talk about a slave mentality, you say we got a slave mentality for identifying as American, you got a slave mentality because you're trying to identify with the people who owned and sold you first. That's one. And then let's see. And for the Africans, it's like, okay, my thing is, if I'm gonna embrace an African identity, I'm not in it for no brotherhood. I'm gonna embrace African identity because I'm gonna add your ass on to this RICO we got going on with the white T power structure here in America. See, we was keeping the white T man on the hot seat for the reparations claim, but you want to keep on jumping in it. We gonna spin that block on you too. It's gonna be both of y'all. Y'all gonna be co-defendants.
Yeah, right.
and then the last thing too, man. Man, I would hate to do this. I really hate to do this, but I think this goes to show it adds to the legitimacy of what we say when you say, you know, you're not the leader. You know what I'm saying? Not all FBAs or those of us who are in the delineation movement agree. And it's kind of old, so I hate to do it, but like, bro, I think you do need to have a sit down with Godfrey. Not necessarily attacking, but I don't know if he got to come to your platform or you go to his platform.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to his. But I sit down. I don't believe Tariq need to do that. Tariq is too big to sit down and goof like Godfrey. I think Godfrey maybe could sit down with Dennis Sperling, you know, somebody else, Afro-Elite, Black Alpha, but that does Tariq no justice sitting down with that Tether, because Godfrey knows better. So all he gonna do is play dumb and gaslight Tariq. So he's better off coming to Tariq platform so Tariq can be a little more stern. But if Tariq goes to Godfrey, then he gotta, like, you know, he gotta bite his tongue. And yeah, but I wouldn't even suggest that for Tariq. I would say don't even go.
Platform, but you say y'all cool, that's supposed to be your boy, but he saying a lot of funny style stuff and doing a lot of funny style stuff. If y'all boys, I think y'all should rap. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I got.
There you go. Well, yeah, my thing is, yeah, I'm not the leader, so yeah, I don't have to represent. And that's the thing that's messing with a lot of the Tethers, because they can't say that, oh, Tariq has everybody attacking Godfrey. No, I'm cool with Godfrey. Yeah, other people, they've been saying what they have to say about Godfrey. I'm not, again, I ain't the leader of nothing. And, you know, Godfrey, he can reach out, but it's not a priority, you know. But yeah, we had an ethnogenesis here. We're not lost. Yeah, our lineage is forged right here. Yo, Abati, Mr. Abati. All right. Mr. Abati. Ibati Kaduzi. All right. This gentleman up here in the waiting area, I would like for you to get on, Mr. Abati. All right. He's just kind of sitting here, and I'm waiting on him to say something. But while I'm waiting on him, let's get some more people in here. Let's get, who we see? Let me see who we got. Let me see who we got in here, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of folks. Earth, Wind, in Ethiopia. Who is that? Let's get Earth, Wind, in Ethiopia. That's a very interesting name. All right. Man. Earth, Wind, in Ethiopia, you in here? All right. Let me see. All right. I'm trying to get y'all in here. Let's get Indian style. I'm gonna just get random names. Some of y'all are raising your hand, but your accounts are real funny style. I can't let you up. Indian style. What's up, Indian style? Your
What's
Indian
going
style?
on? What's going on, family?
Hey man, you good? I'm good. How are you?
We good. We doing good. The family good. Shout out to the family. We putting in
Yes,
that
sir.
work.
Yes, sir.
Putting in
What's
that
on?
work, and what's good is we doing it without any control. We just got in alignment when folks start getting out of line and barking against, you know what I'm saying, our situation. Even those that don't quote unquote follow whatever we got going on, they was triggered and came up with a, you know what I'm saying, unprovoked defense.
Mm-hmm.
So, but however folks want to accept it, I just don't like the ethnogenesis, because I got generations that the ethnogenesis by definition, I've been here. I've got that time frame in my actual family tree genealogy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, I can't find no mixture. Like it's
Yeah.
all American based and, you know what I'm saying, clan based, tribal based blood to the Americas. I don't see any mixing unless it was amongst the tribes and the
Mm-hmm.
different clans. That's why we don't get mutations when we intermingle.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right, man. But thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, sir. All right.
Yeah, I think Tariq could have got more off that bone right there. I believe I know where that guy was trying to go, and I would have had some questions for him. I would have had some questions for that guy. I believe I know where he was trying to go. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Okay. So your man supposedly had debated.
Keeping an eye on Armstrong County.
Hold on. Your man supposedly debated what he called a tether, but he's really weird, man. So he titled it Black American Culture Under Attack. Okay, so this is Marquette debates. He claims an African female tether. All right. Now I do not find him, like, he's not a debater. Like he titled his debates, but then he got smart and he titles them now heated. You know, I had a debate and it gets heated or went left. All of his debates go left and are heated. So they're not really debates because they never debate anything. They just go left and they call each other names. So let's see if this remains a debate
from the beginning so that you guys have context. This one is entitled Black Americans Are Lost. This is based on the words of an African. Anyways, there was some goofy African, not even one of the intelligent ones. It was one of the dumb ones. They're not hard to find, but this particular one was on a talk show, and he found that it could be profitable to drag the Black Americans through the dirt. And, you know.
Okay. So he had to specify Black Americans. He calls everybody black. And I think it's done deliberately. That's why I believe this guy is pretty oppish.
There are some valid points that could be made. He didn't happen to make any of them. But for some reason, the internet ran with it. Why? Because the majority of people in the West are white, and that's going to decide what has more or less visibility because they're the larger part of the population. And you know what? It just seems as though they like to see niggas drugged through the dirt, which is fine. This is better than what they've done in the past. Anyways, the clip was played of Frank. Anyways.
Identify these people who have these notions about so-called.
The tether concept is such a brilliant concept because.
Yeah, I don't like when he say tether because when he used tether and FBA words, I'm talking about those who acknowledge themselves as FBA. When he uses our words, he's cosplaying as one of us, but this dude is a Pan-African. He's a Pan-African. I watched enough. He's a Pan-African, all right? And he's cosplaying as he's not.
You notice that there's a series you can do that. Not say anything. Sometimes I speak, people think.
Yeah, and so who the hell react? Like, he's reacting to his own video.
I'm anti-African. I'm pro-African, but I think
I'm pro-African. I told you, this dude's a Pan-African, and he cosplays as he's not. He's like on board with FBA, Foundation Black Americans, that acknowledge themselves as FBA. He act like he acknowledges us, like he acknowledges our talking points. He embraces it. No, our talking points are those who self-acknowledge them, we're all FBAs, 50 million, but all FBAs don't acknowledge themselves as FBA. So I'm saying the FBAs who self-identify as FBA. For the most of us, we ain't pro-African. You dig? We ain't really anti-African, but we damn shame pro. All right. And to say you pro-African, that's kind of like that means you're a Pan-African. So, buddy, your man's is a Pan-African. I've been saying that. Listen.
With regard to the discussion about the Frank Zanu character, these Africans are hilarious. And sometimes I speak, people think I'm anti-African. I'm pro-African. But I think they're funny when they're like,
He said, I'm pro-African. That's Pan-African. I'm pro-African. I've been saying that.
The Black American, you know, it's the no cultural value of the people. They twerk the girl. It's like, nah, bro. I've been to more African countries than any African has. And mind you, that's just the facts, right? So I'm basically
okay. We don't care. We don't go to Africa.
The fact talking strong. No, to redefine words, which is extraordinary. Is he a linguist or a cultural anthropologist? I don't know what his background is, except that he's a journalist who's worked for the white man. And so we know who's feeding him. He's not an entrepreneur. He's never been in control of his own life. And furthermore, he's so African and respects their culture so much that he lives in Texas and he dresses like a white man.
Got him.
So the thing that I often put forward to these Africans is like, look here, little buddy.
So Pay FBA said, I told you, I checked him out years ago. He's not new, he's slick. Yeah, dude, like, listen, I checked him out and I was very 50-50 with him. And because I was 50-50, I said nothing. I said, and listen, I wanted to say some things. Like the first thing I found out about him, that from my research, he's not rich. And I don't know why people got to get on the net and become rich all of a sudden. It's like, yo, you can have great content without being fake rich. Okay, there's people online who have a nice following, who have a nice live audience presence, and they don't claim to be fake rich. So I don't like the fake rich narrative that he, Anton Daniels, and what's the other guy, Billy Carson, a lot of guys do. I don't like. You don't got to be rich, man. Okay, hold on.
Now, those are very meaningful points. You're so into culture. Africa has so much culture that you decide to not represent it. Fascinating. If your culture is so strong, why'd you throw it away so quickly? The reason that he has to redefine culture away from the traditional markers. He mentioned language. For sure. Sure. Okay. But then what about folkways, mores, religion, garb, style of dress, holidays, all of these things? Well, he had to throw that away because if you look at his appearance, he's dressed like a Western white man. So you'd have to ask him, well, in my case.
Yeah, you guys see the dude, like he thinks he's cooking. Like he's been reacting to his own video. I had a phone call. But but the fake rich narrative was the first red flag. Like you don't gotta fake it. You don't have to be rich. You dig? You can just give great content. Okay, so that was the first part. And then I used to watch some of his stuff. I even shared some of his videos. I thought the ones I thought were good. But then I noticed that he don't really debate. He cuss people out and he call them names and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm a debater. And I love watching debates. So I wanted to watch a debate of his to determine a winner, to see how good he is with arguments. And I noticed that I watched at least 25 debates of his debates. And I don't think I ever seen one finish out as a debate. I think they all go left. He start talking about how he's a millionaire, he got a Bugatti, John Hopkins education, their IQ is low. Like it's like the same thing happens in all his debates. And these be scheduled debates, by the way. These are scheduled debates. My debates aren't scheduled. These are wild. I take live calls and people call in and they debate me and we do a live debate. And like I did with the sister, not sister, I did with the Nigerian Tether who called in earlier. And I ain't cuss her out. I let her go all the way in. I stopped her when she started to repeat herself. And then when I rebutted her, I professionally told her, like, showed her she don't know what she's talking about. I didn't say that. My rebuttal said that. But I just used information. I never directed her. I just explained what a demonym was, that American is not our ethnicity, it's our nationality. You got that wrong, which is true. And I was like really just showing my education on the word black. You dig? And anything that surrounds it. And I think she realized who she was talking to, and she hung up just like that. Just like that. She realized, okay, yep, he ain't one of those guys that be on here just cussing folks out. He's actually educated. Goodbye. And a lot of them end up doing that. Okay? A lot of them end up doing that. But this guy right here is he's like being annoying because he's playing his own video, but you don't get to watch the video because he listen. When I react on videos, family, I have to talk. Like YouTube, and a lot of times I do my little ad libs, little sound effects, and you guys get pissed off, but you don't know, like, that's so I won't get copyrighted. Because you can't just play somebody's video like outright like it's yours. You get flagged. I do it with certain content creators for a reason, but other ones, I know for a fact, like, most likely they'll flag you. But when you're playing your own content, you don't gotta keep chipping. Like, why is he chiming in his own content? And I'm fast forwarding through, and it's like no moment does he let his video plays. He keeps stepping in, and it's like the weirdest thing ever. He's doing a reaction from his own video, and he's cutting in his own reaction like it ain't his video. Like he's protecting himself.
Keeping an eye on Armstrong County now, where over a dozen.
Like he's protecting himself from, being flagged. Like, dude, that's your video. You're gonna be flagged in your own video. All right. Let me do this. Okay, so okay, so that ain't it. That wasn't a video I wanted to play of him. It was another video. Okay, I think it was. Was it this one? It wasn't that. He was supposed to debate somebody.
I heard people saying that delineation is like a form of white supremacy, or is a MAGA, I guess, co-op, or if you will. Well, what's your thoughts on delineation and the whole talking narrative about, it being white supremacy adjacent? What's your thoughts?
Man, that's a great question, and thank you for that caveat. I think so. I'm gonna disagree with the sisters on this one. I think delineation is divisive, and we are late to the party, right? And so while we're getting the pushback, and now to even that caveat, so I'm glad you said that, the reason why you get the MAGA accusations is because everybody else that delineated did it for divisiveness, right? They did it with animus. They did it with hatred. They did it so that they...
All right, so that one I heard before. Let me get the next one.
Is black a proper, like, ethnic identifier, or does that just mean just anybody with melanated skin? And then I want to start here with the Divine. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm glad you started here.
All right, I'm glad. Yeah, we heard that before too. Let's go next one.
Edward, Mr. Edward.
Hey, what's up, Terry?
How are you?
By the way, I'm good. I'm good. Have you said Happy Mother's Day to your mom?
Happy Day to your mother as well, sir.
Oh, good. Okay. So then we are going to have this argument in good faith.
Okay, argument. Okay, and by the way, Edward, remind me, because we spoke before, right?
I know we've spoke multiple times, by the way.
You're from where again? Refresh my memory.
I was born in Zambia, but I'm American.
Zambia born.
So it wasn't that one. I think it was this one.
You got some of these folks be low key recording these spaces and then try to post them.
No, that's not it. Which one? Which one was it? I'm looking at other thumbnails of his. It's so funny. All right, let me play this one until I find it.
Born in Zambia. How long you been over here?
A long time.
Okay, well,
just a long time. Like, just know, like, I've been here since I went to college.
What tribe in Zambia are you from?
10,000 bands, because 10,000 bands have the
Bemba.
yellow
Got
band
it,
on
got it,
them.
got it. Okay.
And those
All right. By the way, how was your time in Ghana? How was it? Did you enjoy it?
Ghana, I went to Senegal.
Oh, Senegal. Oh, my bad. How was
It
it?
was cool. I had a great time. Every time I go places on vacation, I have a good time. People,
That's good to know.
go ahead.
All right. Anyway, with the platform that you've got, like, and the people that follow you, like, why don't you use that power instead of like dividing?
Divide.
Like, black. Yeah.
Okay, something has to be together.
All right. So look. So the way. No. Can't do that one. Okay.
Together to be divided. What's together that was divided by me?
Black people. Like, black
where?
people just like anytime, like if you and me were walking past each other on the streets, we were together. Like I just would nod and you knew what that meant.
An African immigrant? You mean the one?
No, it doesn't matter. Like,
you mean the ones who used to pass us up in taxis? Was that together? When we would be freezing in New York and DC waiting on a damn taxi and y'all tethers wouldn't pick us up? That togetherness? Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Go ahead, Edward. Tell me about this togetherness that, yeah, I remember standing in the freezing cold every time I was because y'all wouldn't pick us up. It's
Derek, I don't know about the situation in New York, but
nothing. That's
like
everything we do. Y'all know every nook and cranny of what we do, but all the little shit y'all do, y'all don't know nothing. You don't know what an akata is. Akata, I never heard of that before. What is akata? You don't know nothing. Y'all know when it comes to y'all doing little slick shit, y'all become see no evil, hear no evil. You don't see or hear nothing.
Right.
All right.
okay, I'll give you that. Okay, maybe some assholes have been doing that shit,
Maybe.
but like it's not everyone.
Oh.
I didn't even know that. Like when I was in Zambia, when I was like in high school, to me, black people were like I was like, man, I'm gonna go to the States. I'm gonna roll with my black people, DMX, Tupac, whatever, blah blah blah. Like the people, right? And then I show up here, and then I'm here in FBA, and I'm like, what the fuck? What's happening? Why are my brothers against me? So like
nobody's. Hold on.
the FBA is
the FBAs aren't against you. Your ass is over here because of foundational Black Americans. How you think?
Oh, true. I mean, obviously Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, they fought for every black. Yeah, they fought for our freedoms everywhere.
Americans, sir, get it right. Nobody's against you.
Okay, but Tariq,
nobody's doing it.
You've got a platform. Why don't you use it to unite black people? Like people will follow you. I'll follow you, but right now you are dividing
How?
us.
Okay, you haven't said what we got to be. You got to have something together in order for it to be divided.
Okay, your point is black Americans have to get reparations, right? I agree. Not for me, for black Americans.
Hold on. That's not my one point. I want us to get reparations. I want a whole bunch of shit. But that really has nothing to do with lineage. Your lineage is your lineage no matter what. I want you to understand something. No matter if we get reparations or not, or if we fight for reparations or not, our lineage is still foundational to this country. We come from a different ethnic group. We come from a different lineage, no matter what your political views are. Do you understand that? Go ahead, Ed. Ed?
Wait, you have to unmute me.
Go ahead.
Like, muted me. Okay. Yeah, I do understand that, and I want that for you. Like, 100%. Yes. If you want to do that delineation thing. But don't do that and then divide and conquer, like, black people. That's why you have a white man in Florida, DC in Byron Donuts, which I don't support Byron. But, like, you are giving permission to a white man to call a black man a tether with impunity. Like, that's it was funny though, I laughed, but still it's because of your situation where you are dividing us up, which is messed up.
Keep saying you're projecting, sir.
No, I'm not projected. I'm saying bring us together. We'll follow you.
Sir,
Like if you want to build up what you are saying, bring us together.
bring us together how? You fled.
You can even say that the FBAs and the Tethers that working together, whatever. You can still call us Tethers if you want, but just bring us together. I'm just saying. Then
You're not together in your own homeland.
no, I'm in America. I'm
Yeah,
American though, so I'm here.
but how can somebody who came from a homeland of tribalism where you're not even together over there tell us that we need to be together? We're together as foundational Black. It's 49 million foundational Black Americans, and we're on the same page with each other. For the most part, we're not tribal. So we show you what togetherness is. We live togetherness. We don't have tribal beefs and shit like that. You understand that?
I hope so, and I wish so, but what I see is division. If you say you are together, then
You don't see
okay, I'm not even going to say
You
that.
don't see division. You see accountability. You don't get to come over here and do little janky shit, lie, scam, undermine, and then not get called out. See, that's the thing. Division to y'all means, okay, don't call us out specifically as
Right.
an outside ethnic group.
If you're calling about the Somalian,
No, division to you guys means don't call us out for our ethnicity when we do janky shit. That's what division means. Dude, the minute y'all win, you are the first to let folks know you ain't us. All right?
Right.
Y'all were doing no.
Yeah. Dude, if y'all go get a degree, if you get a damn scholarship, if you win an award, you pull a flag out your ass to let everybody know you're different and you divide yourselves from us, sir. I don't want to hear that. Y'all were the ones doing that, right?
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
He said, okay.
Oh, Lord. Let me get Dan. I'm getting tether fatigue. Dan, please. Let me get Dan. God damn.
Yeah, it was good, Flex. How you doing, bro?
Dan, can you deal with him for a minute, Dan? I'm the tether.
This dude Edward's so full of it.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you even know me, Daniel?
Yes, I got you blocked for a reason, right?
Wait,
Edward's
you
so
blocked
full of
me?
it.
Oh, so you're
Yeah, he's so full of it. I think
I'm
you
a
hit the nail on the head. Anytime we talk about what they've done, then all of a sudden it's division. At the end of the day, they should be eternally grateful for the sacrifices foundational Black Americans made.
I'm
And we talk
grateful.
about this
Yes,
a
I
lot,
am
right?
grateful. I'm telling you,
Before
I am grateful.
1965, they weren't letting y'all in the country like that. It was foundational Black Americans in the mid
Yes,
60s that
Malcolm
the
X,
government
Martin
said,
Luther King,
you
every
guys got to
freedom
stick to these
fighter. Like,
practices.
yes,
That
every
alone is the only reason why you're able to get over here. See, they
yes,
wait their whole lives to
100%.
sit
I agree
here,
with that.
sitting there thinking to themselves, damn, if I can just get next to these foundational Black Americans, my life will change. And then they get next to us. And like you said, the moment when they get a win, the first thing they want to do is let everybody know that
I
they're
will never
above
do
them
that. I will
and we're
never do
others.
that.
And see, what
Like,
they're really upset about
I will
is
never
they didn't
betray
give a
my
damn
black
about
people.
us not liking them and delineating for them or whatever they called it, because the word Akata, Yank, Jareer, and whatever other adjective they got for foundational Black American culture from theirs to ours, right, has existed for well over 40 plus years. The term tether is under 10 years old. I can guarantee that. See, they don't really care that we are delineating. They care that they precious white men are saying the same shit that we're saying. See, that's what really pissed them off. See,
Okay, so
whenever they
what about
Stephanie
Byron Donald
came
being
out
called a tether
and spoke
by a
about
white
Byron
man?
Donald
Do
being
you
a
agree with
tether,
that?
that
Do you
really
agree with
hurt
that?
everybody, because we told them a while ago on these spaces that, hey, listen, they think it's just a game, but they precious white folks that they love so much are going to start taking a step back when they see that foundational Black Americans ain't rocking with them no more. And you know what? That's exactly what they did. Nick Fuentes came out and said, hey, man, I want to be able to have my own form of discrimination towards Black Americans without having to have a buffer class. That's the same sentiment most of these white men shared, and that's exactly what they executed. So when James Fishback referred to Byron Donalds as a tether in the correct context, that really put them on alert. It wasn't just him; it was the rest of the foreigners were really upset about that. Not that it was being said; it's who was saying it. They didn't care
A
about
white
us.
man, you're
They
letting
used to
a
tell
white
us
man say
they used to
tether
tell us
now?
they're here to stay. They didn't care about us. But what they failed to realize was once foundational Black Americans refused to support them, staying around disrespecting us, that the YT man they love so much was going to take the same steps. Donald Trump told people he wanted 200 denaturalization cases per month. That's what they doing right now. So while they focused on us getting all this unity, they need to be focused on making sure they're not saying nothing that could be used against them in a denaturalization case that's going to come into a courtroom near them.
Damn,
And remember, who appointed the most federal judges out of any president in the history of the United States? It was Donald J. Trump. So just be careful while y'all focus on us and this false sense of unity that y'all really don't care about. All that shit is performative. Meanwhile, these YT men that y'all love so much are forming a ultimate trump card against y'all. They want y'all gone.
Okay,
Especially
anyway,
people like
Daniel, like you are into blockchain and stuff. Why did you block me, by the way? Because you have got all those talking points and whatever. Like, what did I do? I don't even know you, but you know me, apparently.
Bro, you should be in all the spaces talking about this baby daddy shit. You know what you did, Edward.
Okay, whatever, baby daddy shit, whatever. You're lying, so.
All right, cool. So you telling me that you didn't care anything about this? Because you even said so on this stage just now.
I don't know you. I don't know you.
On this
So, who the
stage,
fuck
it's
are
your show.
you?
Keep it that way. On this stage,
Okay.
you just said that you thought it was funny when he called Byron Downs a teller. Then
It
all of a
was funny.
sudden,
I laughed because Byron Donald is an
now the
asshole too.
next breath. So if it's funny, why we got to tell him to stop?
But it's you allow the white man
No,
to
I'm saying
have that
if it's
opportunity to
so
say it
funny,
with impunity.
why can't he funny? What happened? When did it stop
It
being
was
funny?
funny, but I was conflicted.
No, when
I
did it
hated it
stop
that
being funny?
the white man was doing it, but it was funny.
So when did it stop being funny? So is it still funny, or like can we laugh, or what's the
Oh,
deal?
it's no longer funny. I don't find it funny
You don't
anymore.
find it funny anymore? Okay, wow, that's
No.
interesting. Why don't you find it funny anymore?
Because the white man is now calling a black man a Tether with
No. The
impunity.
white man called a Jamaican immigrant who was trying to attach himself to slavery, who also made the statement that he don't think foundational Black Americans. He said he think they deserve reparations, but he wouldn't vote for.
Okay, now
his
you
mom
see,
was
you're calling one
that
of
black man.
your people a black man, like as if
No, he's
not
not my
worthy.
people.
So you're calling him a Tether.
He's
You
not
see
my
how
people.
divided we
He
are?
said himself he don't think we should get reparations because his mom was there.
No, he's an asshole. His politics are whack. But like you're still dividing. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Lord. Okay. All right. Who the hell is this? Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much, brother Dan. Let me. Okay, we're gonna shout out to Dan. I don't know. Okay, let's wrap some of this stuff up. Okay, Edward, any last words? And
Thank you, Tariq and brother. Like I still rock with you. Like you can still bring us together. Stop dividing us.
Nobody,
like your people follow you.
Or nobody.
So bring us together.
You keep fighting it. That's you projecting, sir. Us delineating isn't equivalent to dividing. It's about.
No, you can still have your thing.
Don't talk over me. Delineating is all about just respecting our lineage. That's it. We can still do business. Again, I was over in Africa, had a great time. I'm not divided. I go to Africa and have a good ass time. I don't eat the bush meat, but I have a great time. That's not divisive. You just can't cosplay as us, all right? You can't hide your peppercorn and try to pretend to be us, sir. You understand? You just can't do that. And that's not divisive. That's called being accountable. Be who you are. Be a Bimba tribe member, all right? Go out there and get you some.
Thank you for remembering my tribe, Bimba.
Do you speak the?
But nice talking to you.
Chibimba language.
I was born speaking English because of the British, but yes, I speak Bimba.
Damn language. All right. God damn. All right. Get your ass out of here. Telling us you ain't got shit to do with your homeland. He don't even know the Chibimba language no more. Hey, well, we all you're divisive. You done divided yourself from your whole culture. I speak. I'm a FBA honorary. No, you're not. That's what that's what it is. They want to get rid of their culture and be honorary FBAs, right. And this delineation is tearing that ass up.
Yeah, I know I've been saying that. I've been saying honorary or spiritual FBAs, spiritual tethers.
That's what that's about. They don't give a shit about their culture. They run from that culture. They act like that shit don't even exist. Just like that other tether called, where your family from? I'm American now, dude. Just like you. No, you ain't like me. No, you're not. These folks hate that we are foundational to this nation, family. That's a lot of anger and jealousy coming with that because we're good. We ain't got to walk on eggshells. We can tell people to kiss our black ass. We ain't going nowhere. There's a certain confidence and freedom that comes with that these folks are not used to, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be real. The Hive. What's up, The Hive? The Hive, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, man? I appreciate you letting me chat. I just had a question for you, host. I like the title, Chud the Builder. I think he's just like a disgrace to the human race, to be honest. And I've been following social media, and I guess there's a streamer, Trev, who has like a really controversial coin. So I guess like Chud was gonna pull a gun on him, and like this streamer stole his hat. I just wanted to get your thoughts, to listen is to learn. What do you think about, just this whole situation? Even, like Trev and his coin and, as far as, being in the Black community, how do you view this type of behavior?
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. So let's, because I don't want to repeat the same thing I've been talking about, because I've been on for a couple of hours. So just when you hear the playback, you'll hear my commentary on that. Let's get Tank.
Hello, sir. Terrific to see.
Hey, what's up, Tank?
How you doing, man? I hear a lot about you. This is my first time ever being to one of these type of spaces.
Okay, slow down. Where you from?
I'm from here, from America.
Where's your family from? Because I hear an accent. I hear like
my pops, he's from Nigeria.
Okay.
My mom, from the same place as well.
Okay. So what tribe are you from in Nigeria, your family?
I believe it's the Igbo tribe, yes.
How long have y'all been how long has your family been here?
They've been here, so I know my father served in the army.
Okay.
So they've been here for quite a while. So I think since 20 plus years now.
Oh, okay. From Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
Do you know any Nigerian words?
A couple.
Okay. How do you say hello in Igbo?
In Igbo?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to say hello, but I do know how to say come. I do know how to say water and like other like basic like
What word for water?
Ineri.
Ineri, okay.
Yeah.
So did you have to float on some ineri to get over here? To get
not really, sir. Did you ever get a hair transplant to have your FBA hairline?
Oh no. You gotta be born with an FBA hairline.
But I saw a picture of you. You got to get a transplant, didn't you?
Oh, not me? A transplant?
Yeah. Hair transplant. You went to Turkey, right?
That's projection, sir.
Well, sure,
Yeah,
kid.
Feathers think hairlines are magical when they ain't pushed back with peppercorn like yours, right?
Nah, man.
Y'all think it is magical. No, it's just
but I wanted to talk about Chud the Builder, though.
Okay. Yeah, we've already talked about him. What else? Let's talk about some other stuff. We've already talked about him. So
you did?
Yeah. Let's talk.
Is all you do is insult people?
I'm not in that, sir. Nobody's insulting.
By the way, I don't talk to white people, Hispanic people, and like Ethiopians, Eritreans on this topic on FBA because it don't involve them. So I don't let them get into the business. These spaces are for the islands, Haiti, and like West Africans, Central, and like Southern Africans. That's it. Like this topic really ain't for Hispanics, white people, Arabs, Hispanics. It really ain't. So and Somalians and like Eritreans, like those type of people with the light bulb heads, it's like why? Like I don't care. I don't want to know what's on their mind on this topic. I don't care to answer their questions because it don't involve them. Like this involves people who can kind of cosplay us a little bit. If you can't cosplay us, I don't have no words for you on this topic of FBA delineation reparation. It don't involve you at all. Yeah, so I'm like disinterested for that reason.
Let me play this video. Did I bring my headphones? Okay. Let me go here. So I believe I gotta get off TikTok just for like about 15 minutes. Let me charge this phone up. I'll be back on. I gotta let go of TikTok. So come to YouTube for a split second. Yeah, because a TikTok phone, it doesn't still on TikTok is only like speakerphone. You can't like it won't let you. From what I know, it won't let you. Make it like a private live type. You dig? So I'm about to head out, and I don't want.
I'm forwarding the idea that.
Okay, so. All right.
That Malcolm X died as a selfish traitor who betrayed the Black Revolution. And I will substantiate those points during this conversation.
Okay, yeah, so he's trying to do something different. Traitor, Black Revolution. I don't forget when he says black. Now he used FBA, he uses Tether because you guys don't know no better. You guys are easily misled. Not my chat, but folks who in my comment section was trying to defend this guy. Most of those people are compromised. They into personality worship. Most likely they're in the red pill space because this guy be in the red pill space saying like black men shouldn't be stepdads. They shouldn't. Like the most goofiest arguments. Like almost all my friends that's married, not all of them, but about half of them are stepdads, and they're married like over a decade. It's like, but it's like, yo, no, those guys are simps. Like, really? Like, but these guys are single. You never see their women. You never, they don't introduce you to them. And he be a lot of white tea, snow bunnies. So it's like, dude, like, yeah. So anyway, like those people in that space, the weirdos who need to be taught how to pick up a woman or pick up a line and get a woman, like those folks be mad at me when I get on this guy. But when I get on him, it's justified because it's just facts. So Malcolm X was a traitor, and I look, I'm willing to listen to the argument. I'm not going to see the title, chimp out. Oh, he said Malcolm X was like. I'm willing to hear him out, but once the argument is illogical, have double standards, it contradicts itself, or is just garbage, I'm gonna say something. So let's see where he's going.
The funny thing is that before hearing me speak, I saw so many brainless blacks in the chat. Oh, I was subscribed. Now I'm going to unsubscribe. Oh, you don't even want to hear the arguments, huh? Fascinating.
Now, by the way, he's supposed to be a millionaire tech guy, but he got all the time in the world to be on YouTube. Like I never knew a millionaire who does not get their millions from the internet or on social media or on YouTube, but is always on YouTube. I never knew a millionaire who spent most of his time away from his money, away from the things that bring his money. He's on YouTube. He don't get a lot of views, so YouTube don't bring him millions of bucks. But he's a millionaire who spend most of his time making no millions. When he's on YouTube delivering content, he's not making millions. But he so-called make millions doing other things. But he spend most of his time not making millions than his time making these so-called millions. I mean, it's just dude, I never knew a millionaire that didn't make his millions from social media and to always be on social media. It doesn't make sense to me. But, and let's go. But I know I know
Brother,
he's lying. I know because I'm smart. I know better. I know he's not a millionaire. Okay, but you guys want to believe it because y'all in the red pill space, and you guys. And he said he was a leader. He said he was a leader. A leader of who? I don't know. The nerds that can't get girls. I don't know. But he's the leader of that crew.
Reminds us that the power of propaganda, the power of story, the power of lies repeated, hard to defeat. That is why so many of you
Yeah,
blacks.
it is so normal. I mean, to even go with that argument. Oh, like yeah, I'm sorry to change topic a little bit, but it gets annoying. Oh yeah, you sent me stepdads. You a stepdad. You a simp. It's like, you know, are you dumb? Like stepdads is some of the actions that make Foundation Black American men different than most of the world. See, like we would do that. Like we are so caring and you know them ones where we'll take on, have no kids, marry into a family already, have a kid with her and do the most. Like I got hella friends who did that, who took on a broken family, women with kids. I mean, I know hella people take on kids, um, marry her, adopt the kids as his own, have a kid with have his own family with her, and be married. Kids be in college. So it's like, what is the harm in a man taking on a family? It's already there, and adopt it as his own, marry the mom, have his own family with her, and live happily ever after. What's the harm in that? Like I just don't see like the negative. Oh nah, see that's the other man leftovers and dude man, yo yeah, yo these dudes be weird. It's like yo, I mean that can't. Please, if y'all agree with that, please call in and give me this logic. Give me the evidence of how it's just bad for the black community. Like please. So so if she breaks up with her baby daddy or divorce her husband and don't want to get back with him, so she should never get married and find a husband and father for a kid, like that lives with him. So so she should stay single forever. Or if what if he divorces and moves on? He I said it's just a but that's this guy. Now this guy he was asked by an African tether, hey, you got any kids? This dude said, refer to my website. My website this is what he said. When an African guy wanted to know about his love life and his family, do you have kids? Are you married? Well, on my website, we have a mission statement where we do not divulge that type of information because the enemies will use it against us. What? Dude, bro, it ain't that. Do you have kids, man? Are you married? But he won't disclose that, but he will give all the advice for men who were married or not married but got kids. Like people want to know how are you qualified? But most likely, this guy probably was married, divorced, he probably paying child support, and he's angry, and he got a bunch of other angry men all together, and they're just being angry together. I mean, like I heard his art, and he borrows this. He got a perverted version of Kevin Samuel, a perverted version of Andrew Tate, and a perverted version of Myron Gaines. He got all those mixed together, and he created his own version. And it's like, dude, like that space is so saturated. My God, you gotta. So he's just trying to find his lane. Like he don't know. One day he's FBA, another day he's red pill, another day he's this other person. He's a fighter, he's a trainer, boxer guy. Then he's a millionaire. It's like he's trying to find like which lane gives him the most clout, most subscribers, most live viewers, and he'll stay there. Okay. But listen to this Malcolm X argument.
You still worship the same God that your slave master taught you about. How is it you have the same religion as the Ku Klux Klan? Yes, that's a fact. And what I want you all to know is that the people who follow me are very enlightened. You see?
Okay, so he's going on like he got to, okay, I know okay, oh, God, it's gonna be so corny. So he's going on this thing with like he's against like Orthodox Islam, So when Malcolm X, went to Orthodox Islam, but Malcolm X like became a Pan-African. So it's like, do you know that? Do you know he was like he got into like deep stuff with Pan-Africanism? I don't know. This dude outdated.
Because the truth will come out, and it'll touch all of you. One day people listen to me lash the Europeans and they say, that's right, you tell those devils. Then the next day I have a couple words for the blacks. Now all of a sudden I'm anti-black. Then
When he say blacks, just keep in mind he's talking about he loves to focus on immigrants.
some words for the Muslims. Now I despise Islam. I have some observations of the Zionists. Now I'm anti-Semitic. I tell you all that if you are a lover of the truth, you respect the truth, no matter where it comes from. You respect the truth, even if it makes you uncomfortable or it addresses something about your identity. We're in an era where people are so sensitive. They despise the truth. They hate to see mirrors. They like being lied.
And by the way, I seen him debate hella times, and he's the one sensitive and emotional.
To. That's precisely why you find yourself in this unfortunate position. You've fallen in love with comforting lies, and you despise harsh truth, which is often what you need. Now, let's go ahead and get into it. I got a lot of information here to share, and I really am disappointed in myself because I did the very thing that I would like not to do. I organized a presentation in advance, which is to say I took up highly valuable time of mine, but I think it illuminates things a bit better for you all. And my training is as a teacher, and I just can't help but try to put on a good lesson for you all. Oh, and by the way, if you feel offended by the things that I say, meaning the truth, don't advise me to be humble. Don't advise me to say it nicer. No, I'm going to make it plain, and I'm going to be real. And that is the only way I will ever be. If you don't like seeing a confident, successful black man, this is not the channel for you, little buddy. I'll tell you what, some of what inspired me, made me know that I had to have this talk. I had to have this talk. So my video editor, he put up a video clip. And I'm going to show you the comments on that video clip because they're very telling. We encourage you within this thing of ours, if you would make an argument, give evidence. If you would contradict something, say Marquette at timestamp 2 minutes 43 seconds, you stated fill in the blank. My contradiction or my argument or my counterpoint is this, and then you would substantiate it. But instead, we have a lot of emotional, immature, foolish individuals who are not aware of what they are, which is not much. Now let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. People got their feelings hurt. So this person writes, Elijah was a false prophet and is not worth the bootlaces of Malcolm X. I want you to notice something that you will see consistently. Okay, if that is true, what is the evidence? Where is the example? It's devoid. You just shared emotions. And a lot of people shared your emotions. This person writes, calling Malcolm X a traitor is insane. This is a statement or a conclusion. Now, will there be arguments? Will there be evidence? This person writes, Elijah Muhammad had him killed simply because the NOI considered him a prophet. What? This is complete nonsense. This is complete nonsense. And we can debunk things like this. They give no sources, no meaningful references. And let's dig into this a little bit. He writes, Malcolm spoke out against that and amongst other things. Well, what do you mean against that? The idea that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is a prophet. Within their religion, he was a messenger of God. He wrote a book entitled Message to the Black Man, and I read it when I was a youngster, and it was one of the best books I've ever read.
And family, this guy is just a grifter, man. He's just a grifter. Hold on one second. Hello? So the guy, okay, let me do another video. I didn't want that one. I didn't want that. I didn't want that one. Yeah, I don't care about the religious debates. And plus, I thought he was going to debate. I didn't know he was going to be doing a whole damn speech. All right, let's see this one.
The Muslims brought Islam to you with the sword.
Ancestral worship.
Pardon?
Animism. Ancestral worship, animism.
Well, tell me more. It sounds like you're just saying something you read on Wikipedia.
Yeah, I wouldn't naturally know a lot about it, but
you said you wouldn't naturally know a lot about it. So that means that your family is completely broken down and your grandparents didn't teach anything to their children, and then their children didn't teach anything to you.
They're all Muslims.
How the hell I get this?
Are you stupid? Are you not tracking the conversation? My point is that your history was stolen from you, doofus, and your grandparents, your ancestors, did not know what was before them because it was disconnected, severed with the sword of the Arabs.
Mm-hmm. My question is, what does the action of the Arabs have to do with Islam in particular?
Okay, that's a good. Let me help you out. Let me help you out.
Temporary protected status for Haitians is now officially over. A federal
did not know what was before them because it was disconnected, severed with the sword of the Arabs.
Why the hell my handset not connecting? Why the hell am I?
Mm-hmm. My question is, what does the action of the Arabs have to do with it?
Yeah, how you cut this arrow?
Arrow?
Yeah. So I just
Wouldn't naturally.
And you will not respond to the question. You're here to cover over your crimes. And the reason that you have not been punished for your crimes is because the excess goodness and kindness of the black people. And what ethnicity are you?
African.
Okay, you fool. African is not an ethnicity. Africa is a continent, you see. Even if you said Nigerian, that really wouldn't properly be an ethnicity. You might want to go down to the tribe level.
He's technically right, but he's being a little too petty. Because sometimes they use their nationality as their ethnicity, but yeah, African cannot be the ethnicity. You're right about that.
So I'll try it again, you liar.
I could tell you I'm from the Bamoun ethnic tribe in Cameroon.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now,
I just
you silly black, you silly black. Do you know?
Now the dude is straight African, but you see what he's calling him? He's straight African, but look what he calls him. He don't call him African. He gives him that B word.
Anything about yourself?
No, that's emotional.
Yeah, he knows he's African, and you're not calling him African.
You silly black. Do you know anything?
Yeah, I heard him right. Look what he keep calling him. And that's why I said this dude's an agent. Double op. And he keep calling that word. For no reason. The dude is straight. The dude said what did he say? He was. He said Nigerian. He said not your ethnicity. That shit, man. Whatever he said. He said he was African. The guy said he was African. But look what he keep calling him.
About yourself.
Like what?
Like, what was your religion before the Muslims brought Islam to you with the sword?
Ancestral worship.
Pardon?
Animism. Ancestral worship, animism.
Well, tell me more. It sounds like you're just saying something you read on Wikipedia.
Yeah, I wouldn't naturally know a lot about it, but
you said you wouldn't naturally know a lot about it. So that means that your family is completely broken down and your grandparents didn't teach anything to their children, and then their children didn't teach anything to you.
Yes, they're running from their identity.
All Muslims.
Are you stupid? Are you not tracking the conversation? My point is that your history was stolen from you, doofus, and your grandparents, your ancestors, did not know what was before them because it was disconnected, severed with the sword of the Arabs.
Mm-hmm. My question is, what does the action of the Arabs have to do with Islam in particular?
Okay, that's a good. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. So you asked me, what do Arabs? Have to do with Islam? Is that what you just asked me?
I'm asking, what does the action of particular Arabs have to do with Islam? What does it have to do with the Quran, the Sunnah?
Okay, great. So actions of Arabs.
This one south?
Yes, Arabs have to do with Islam, correct?
Yes.
Okay, silly African. Now, what do the actions of Arabs have to do with Islam? Well, it has everything to do with Islam. The actions of Arabs.
I would say the Arabs brought Islam. What way did Islam come that was other than the Arabs?
The Arabs wrote the Quran. The Arabs. Shut up! You asked me a question, you fool. Shut up.
Okay.
Are you dumb? You asked me a question, then start talking? What is wrong with you people? This is why you guys are so easy to conquer. You're arguing on behalf of a religion that hates you. Have you ever been to Saudi Arabia, little African? I didn't ask you if it mattered. I didn't ask you if it mattered, you lying rascal. I said, have you ever been to Saudi Arabia is the question.
I've never been to Saudi Arabia.
Okay, very good. Now, you little African, if you went to Saudi Arabia, do you think that they would treat you with the same respect that they would treat an Arab Muslim?
I don't know, and it doesn't matter. That's the point.
It doesn't matter.
Quran, didn't you?
It doesn't matter.
Did you read the Quran?
Did you read the Quran? Did you read the Quran? Yes, I've actually lectured on the Quran. The Quran does not matter, buddy.
Then what is doesn't matter?
So work with me here. Answer these questions quickly if you don't mind. So, when was the Quran revealed? From whom and to whom?
From Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Prophet.
See, little silly African, you are wrong already. It was
this
from
is
the
how
angel Jibreel.
all his debates are, just insults. And then eventually they go left.
Real, wasn't it? Huh, silly African?
Yeah, the angel Jibreel is a messenger.
No. You were wrong. Admit that you were wrong.
Okay, I was wrong. I could also say that it actually came from the Lawh al-Mahfuz and all of these things, but
no. You were wrong. You were wrong. Stop lying.
You're not teaching me anything right now.
I'm not here to teach you. I'm not here to teach you because you're just a silly African. You're just a silly African.
Then
You
why are you
see,
saying I'm wrong? If you
the
know,
best.
I know what I know
No,
what you're saying right now.
don't know anything. I said
So I
from
didn't
whom
know that
to
the Quran
whom.
was revealed through the intermediary of Jibreel alayhi salam.
Right,
And
but
I didn't
you
know that.
said no. You said Allah, and then I had to correct you, silly African. So this is my point about your lack of IQ. And then once you were corrected, now you want to act like you're knowledgeable. Well, we've already exposed that you're not even knowledgeable on your own religion, or you have poor recall. Something's wrong with you. But let's go on to the next question. Don't stop stuttering. Stop stuttering,
Who is revealing
African.
it? Is it Jibreel or
African,
Allah?
stop stuttering. Now let's go on to the next question, African. So we've established that the angel Jibreel revealed the Quran to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
He conveyed the Quran. He did not reveal it.
Wait, what did he do?
He conveyed it. He did not reveal it.
Oh, what is the meaningful difference there, silly African?
Yeah, is that the message does not come from Jibreel. It comes from God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't come from Jibreel.
No, silly African, stay focused. You said he conveyed it. He did not reveal it. Explain the difference. Why the silence, silly African?
The message does not originate from Jibreel. That's the difference.
No one ever said that, you fool. No one ever said that. So since you're an Islamic scholar, you said your parents were Muslims, your parents' parents were Muslims, which all that means is that they've been by foreigners, Arab supremacy. They don't even know their own religions. They didn't teach them to you. It's really sad, actually. But let's get back on topic. So now we got that basic covered. What does Quran mean? What does that mean linguistically?
The recitation.
The recitation. It was a recitation, and it was given all at once, or it was given over time?
Over time.
Over time. Please enunciate. Thank you. Yes, it was given over time.
It was revealed for a period of 23 years.
It was revealed.
Aha.
So it was revealed over a period of 23 years, correct? Is that what you just said?
Mm.
Okay. Okay, African. Now, let me ask you this. Was it written down right when it was revealed?
No.
No. Okay.
Part of it were, but
when was it written down, African?
A couple of years after the death of the Prophet.
Stop mumbling and speak clearly.
I said a couple years after the death of the Prophet, but
how many is a
accounts
couple?
may vary.
You see, a couple is
a couple
two.
years to a couple of decades.
Aha. You said a couple of years to a couple of decades. Thank you. So you were lying before. Thank you for correcting that. Gotcha. So you said a couple of decades. Now, let me ask you a question. You ever forgotten something the same day? In your life experience, have you ever forgotten something the same day?
Yeah.
Yes or no? You're speaking to a man. I'm not your friend.
Yes.
Excellent. So if you've forgotten something on the same damn day, you don't think writing down the words of someone else 30 years after they were said, you think that was just a perfect...
Yeah, they'll say speculation, Your Honor. Like, so that argument he's doing right there is that's bad faith. Right now, I don't even know what he's arguing. Like, he's trying to find an argument where it favors him. Like, I think right now he's just all over the place.
Record? That's what you think?
When it comes to the Quran, yes.
Oh, when it comes to the Quran, yes. Great. And that lets me know you're a religious zealot and you're an imbecile, because that's impossible. Human beings are not human beings are not fallible.
Over 30 years.
Oh my, silly religious boy.
Imagine
religious boy.
There's more for it. There's experience as it is with Islam. And he would know terminology, Hafiz or Hafiz. And Hafiz is how to recite the Quran. They do it in a song. So if you know the lyrics of the song, that's a bit different when it comes to memory. You need to remember a book you read. As you guys know, if you know a song, you can know a song for the rest of your life. So
more a more credible scholar in Islam be like, well, they've memorized it because they were the Hafiz. They sung it to the song.
Silly
How many
religious
how do you think that errors are going to seep in if everybody
And
remembers the same book?
You know the funny
It's
thing?
that easy to memorize.
Oh,
I
it's
can't
that.
forget it in
Well, let
30
me ask
years.
you a question, silly African boy. Do the Shia Muslims and the Sunni Muslims have the exact same Quran?
The Shias have the exact same Quran as us, but they do believe it is corrupted, but they have the same Quran as us right now. Sorry.
So it's word for word the exact same Quran that the Shia Muslims and the Sunni Muslims have. Is that correct?
I don't know much about the Shias, but
Oh,
maybe
I
that's some
see.
reasons
Oh, I see.
but the
Oh,
Quran
I
is the
see.
same.
No.
It's the same.
Well, hold on one second. You seem like you're not certain. Will you admit that you don't know? That's probably the
No,
right
I don't
answer.
know.
You don't know. Thank you.
I don't know about
But why'd you pretend to know before I pointed that out?
Did I?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I said I
I'm paying
believe
attention.
it is the same.
I believe. We didn't ask you what you believe. We asked you what you know, because you're positioning yourself as a knower. Now, anyways, carrying on. So the Quran is perfect and it's completely uncorrupted, yet you have two different sects of Islam. You have Shia Islam and Sunni Islam. How'd that happen? If it's one book, word for word, and the Quran is perfect, how'd that happen?
What happened? The difference between the Sunnis and the
Just
Shias.
say what you have to say, please.
Can you let me build my argument?
No, sir. You were raised a Muslim. You should already know this. You don't need to
The
think
difference
about it.
between the Shias and the Sunnis is not based on the Quran.
That's really interesting. Huh? What's it based on?
History
That's really interesting.
and theology.
Huh. Let me ask you a question, silly African.
Wait, so
It doesn't bother you.
so Marquette didn't know that? I didn't even know fake Islam scholar. So the Shiite and Sunni Islam, after the Prophet Muhammad died, he didn't name a successor. So the Sunni, like, they thought the leaders should go to Prophet Muhammad's companions, people who roll with him on war and battle, and missionary, all that type of stuff. And the Sunnis, the Shiites, they felt like nah, hell no. The leaders should be the family members of Prophet Muhammad. They said, the hell with the battles and companionship. We don't care about that. It's a bloodline thing. So the bloodline people became the Shiites, and the companions, the people who roll with Prophet Muhammad, fought in war back to back, they became the Sunnis. I would think that like you said, that's history. It's not really Quranic. It's about leadership. So I would think a self-proclaimed expert like Mark Clinton was supposed to know that in Islam. He's professor, he's like a scholar in Islamic history and the Quran. Quite surprised me by that. Yeah. So a lot of if you know about the Persian history, a lot of the Persians, modern day Persians, Iraqis are Shiite out of spite because they were originally Sunni. Okay, and then they switched to Shiite to be rebellious against the Arab Muslims, like the Iranians.
Your people were enslaved by.
They were not.
So you're gonna lie, huh? You're gonna lie?
My specific people were not enslaved by the Arabs.
Oh, okay. So are you a part of the Bantu peoples or no?
No.
You don't have any Bantu blood in you?
Maybe a little.
Maybe a little.
No.
So is it no, yes, or maybe a little?
Maybe a little, but largely no. I haven't done the DNA test, obviously, so I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. Gotcha. Fantastic. So do you consider yourself, you must consider yourself African, because earlier today I asked you what your ethnicity is, and instead of saying a specific ethnicity, you errantly said African, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, great. So you identify as an African, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Yes,
yeah.
thank
If you
you.
identify as African, why would we call him something else? That's the weird stuff.
So let me repose this for you, silly African. The
I want y'all to
Africans
notice
were
that now that he's mad at him, he's only African. So when he thought he could reach him, he was calling him something else.
enslaved for 1,300 years by the Muslims. That does not bother you that your people were enslaved?
The fact that
Yeah.
Arabs enslaved.
When he say Muslims, he can't say. I guess you could say that, but I think he's being dishonest because when people think of Muslims, they think of like nation. You know, Chinese people are Muslims too. So that's why like you really can't say Muslims. You gotta be specific, like what nations.
Africans does
I
bother
didn't,
me,
no,
but
sir. No, sir.
I
I did not
don't
say
link it to
Arabs.
Islam.
I said Muslims, boy.
No, it doesn't bother me then. Because I know it's not racially based, so it doesn't bother me.
Oh, it's not racially based. Is that true? Is that
100%
true?
true. It's not. Slavery in Islam is not racially based.
Oh, poor thing.
Well, I mean, there was no racial concept at that time, but it was based on your skin color. It was definitely skin color based.
Poor thing.
If you want to mock me, point out a hadith that says that only black people may be enslaved in Islam.
Now,
Because
now
we're talking about
you
Islam
poor
at the end of the day,
thing.
not Arabs.
You poor thing. How about this? In Islamic history, including your
So you see, when he wasn't mad, he identified him as black. But now that he's mad, he's just happy, and that's deliberate. Yeah, he don't even know the tune. He talking about Bilal. Yeah, he don't even know the tune of the song. That's it.
You can't name one Arab slave?
Wow, man. Say the line.
Ayman.
Now, let me check if you're an honest person. And I want the whole Twitter space, I want everyone on YouTube to pay attention to this. We're about to test if he's honest, because I know exactly what he did, ladies and saints. I know exactly what he did. You see, he doesn't realize that I'm 5 steps ahead. Silly African, I'm about to ask you a question, and it's going to test your integrity and your honesty as a man, and if you like, as a Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you tell the truth, because if you lie, we will already know that you're lying. We heard 30 seconds of silence. You are not jogging your memory, because you have no memory of an Arab slave. So I'm going to ask you.
You're talking about an African slave.
Where did you get that claim from?
Which one?
I asked you to name one Arab slave, and there was 30 seconds of radio silence, and then you blurted something out hurriedly. Where did you get that name from?
The seed of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Where did you get that name from?
The seed of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Young man, where did you get that name?
Yeah, you got to watch the Muslims. The Muslims, they have like 1,000 other books, it's not Quran. And they'll go to 1,000 other books to prove a point.
From just now. How'd you find that name?
From the seed of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
No, sir, you're lying. You just searched it on your computer.
So what?
You would have heard it if I was typing.
So you're going
So
to
if you
lie
did.
to us. You think that we all are fools. That's your integrity as a Muslim? I asked you the question.
How do you know that I was looking at my computer? How do you know?
I asked you.
You can't even see me. You're a liar.
Young man. I
My house
asked
was
you.
full the whole time. You're a liar. You're lying.
You, sir, have no integrity. And I always tell my followers, do not try to lie to those who are more intelligent than you are. It's very hard to do. You see, I set a trap for you, and you walked into the trap. You've been checkmated, but you're too stupid to know that you've been checkmated. And now there are thousands of people listening to this on YouTube, and every one of them knows. Shut up. Every one of them knows that you're lying. You did not know that name. That's why you took 30 seconds to answer my question, young man. You searched
because
it
it's
on
a
your
story
computer.
that I heard a long time ago. That's why.
No, sir. No, sir.
How? You don't even know me. How do you know that I haven't heard the story?
It does not take a young man 30 seconds to remember something that he knows.
If I'm being put on the spot, yes.
No, sir. You're lying. Because here's the difference.
Fine, I'm lying.
Did it take you 30 seconds?
Fine. I'm lying.
Did it take you 30 seconds to remember the name of a black slave?
Because everybody keeps talking about, so obviously I wouldn't forget.
Fascinating. Now, let me ask you this. There were 20 million blacks enslaved by your Muslim religion.
There was 0. There might have been 20 African slaves.
Would you be kind enough to recount to me how many millions of Arabs were enslaved by your Muslim religion?
There were Arabs enslaved by the Muslims, but I don't know the exact number.
Fantastic. Tell me the number.
I just said I didn't know the exact numbers. Even for the blacks, I didn't know until you told me.
Let me ask you a question. If it was not based on race, I'm going to repeat that to you, silly African. If the Muslims were not enslaving the blacks in particular based on race, why is it that the blacks were enslaved instead of them just enslaving each other?
Not blacks did.
What?
What? You heard me. Why is it that the Arabs went out of their way to go to foreign lands to enslave the blacks instead of enslaving one another?
Because of expansionism.
Expansionism, Arab supremacy, yes. But that doesn't answer the question, you doofus. Expansionism is not the answer, you see, because expansionism is not slavery. Slavery is different. So what I asked you is if it had nothing to do with race and it was just they needed some slaves, why didn't they enslave each other?
Well, they did.
Well, since you sound so confident, you dumb fuck, how many Arabs did they enslave? You lying fuck.
So is this debating family?
Even if I don't know the number, does it prove that it?
Study, you'd be able to tell me some facts. But you have zero facts because you don't know. You're hoping. You're using hope, dweeb. That's why I tell you it was 20 million, because I've studied. I tell you
So
that
are
it
you
was
claiming that
one.
no Arabs
Shut up
were
when I'm
enslaved by
talking.
other Arabs
Shut
throughout
up
the
while
whole
I'm
history?
talking. I tell you that it was 1,300 years because I studied. I can describe to you the way they created eunuchs of black boys because I've studied, you see. And in your case, you've not studied. So you should ask yourself, why are you so bent on defending the Arabs when you've not read one single book about this? Tell me that.
I'm not defending the Arabs.
Yes,
I'm
you
defending
are.
my religion, Islam.
Your religion is an Arab religion, boy.
So are you claiming that no Arabs was enslaved throughout the whole Muslim history? Is that what you're claiming?
Young man, you have a burden of proof.
Is that what you're claiming? Answer.
You have a burden
You're not
of
honest.
proof, and you don't know anything. You're an imbecile.
I said that it wasn't race-based.
Yes, you fucking fool. And I asked you how many
Arabs
were enslaved.
The fact that I don't know the whole number does not mean that it didn't happen.
No, it's not the fact that you don't know the number. It's the fact that you don't know anything because you're lying. What I'm asking you is to tell me what you know. You're telling me it wasn't based on race. I'm saying my research indicates that it is. The historiography indicates that it is. So if you're going to counter it, you're making an argument. You must substantiate an argument with evidence. Or reference a scholar who's done so. Shut up while I'm speaking, silly African. Silly African, shut your mouth while I'm speaking. Now, I'm asking you, name one book, name one article that you've read on this topic. One. Name one book. Young man. No, sir. No, sir. I'm asking you to name one book. That's fine. I'm asking you name one book that you've read on the topic. Name one article, reference one scholar.
On the topic of Arab slavery.
Yes.
Except apart from the Sirah, I don't have any source. I'm going to be honest.
The Sirah is not a source, you doofus. So you have zero sources. So what you're telling me is that you've not done any research. So what I'm asking you, as a reasonable man, how could you have such a strong opinion on something you don't know anything about?
It's not that I don't know anything. I don't know enough of it to know the number.
No, you don't know anything. And with that African accent, it just makes you sound even dumber. Like, being dumb is one thing, and then having an African accent while being dumb makes you sound even dumber.
Oh, the champion of the blacks is mocking the African accent.
Yes, I am. 100%. You sound dumb.
I appointed you as an authority about black people, by the way.
More importantly, you have a dumb lackey of the Arab Muslims. You're doing on their behalf with literally zero evidence. You have no research whatsoever. Tell me that Arabs were slaves, and I'm saying, okay, well, where do you get the idea? One book, one article, one scholar, and you have zero. So how can you be confident of anything when you have zero references? That means you're lying. That means you're making up things, doofus. So of course you deserve no respect.
Let me ask you something.
You don't need to ask anything except for knowledge, because you have none. You don't get to interrogate me when you come here empty-handed.
Do you know the hadith of the Prophet?
You dweeb. Are you in America? Are you?
All right, family. Which way? Which is straight? This way. Which way? This way? All right. Left? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a follow terminal A. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this tomorrow, but my phone keep going out.